said.
Sorry about that. Hey, everybody, sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and put on your clacks because it is now time for Shifty Sunday. Do you know where your reality is? Hey, everybody, welcome to Shifty Sunday. We're sitting back, doing good works, acting like jerks, getting ready to watch some clerks. No, I'm your host with the most that loves all kinds of toast. Hebrews 77 here, coming at you with Amazon Lion. And if this isn't Shifty Sunday, then we're frying, if you know what I mean.
Well, hey, Hebrews 77. I'm glad to know that we're not frying and we're not lying. We are truth tellers and ring bellers. I don't know. I tried.
I'll tell you what, man, I am in trouble.
What do you mean you're in trouble?
I mean, I am in trouble.
Why?
Because I don't have any food back here.
Oh, no. That is disastrous for Hebrews 77.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for you.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't be the same if I didn't hear you munching in my ear.
Well, you're not supposed to do that anyway because apparently it's not professional.
Oh, yeah, okay. Not everybody wants professional. Some people really like it real, and we are here to keep it real.
I tried to keep it real.
Who we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I try to keep it real. But,
I know I keep it real, loud and clear.
And with your gear.
You know it.
Do you hunt deer?
If I was offered.
Oh, man.
Because then I'd have a freezer full of deer.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would. It'd be delicious.
Yeah. But, usually, like, my grandparents will have something on Sunday up at the house, and they'll invite me over. Friday was St. Patrick's Day, and we didn't have our normal St. Patrick's Day meal. Usually we have corned beef and cabbage with the potatoes and the carrots. And but since St. Patrick's Day fell on the Friday, and me being Catholic, I don't really go to the church anymore, and I don't really believe a whole lot of what their belief system is, but I do have the core beliefs still instilled in me, and I still do some of the traditions. And one of the traditions I do is I do Lent, which means you can't have meat and you have to make a specific promise. And this year I gave up junk food, and St. Patrick's Day, which fell on the Friday, I couldn't have meat. So we waited until yesterday, and we had corned beef and cabbage with the potatoes and carrots. And then whatever meat is usually left over, what they'll do is they'll make Reuben sandwiches with that meat. Well, usually you can't get my grandfather to shut up. And now today he hasn't called me all day, when usually he calls me about 14 times a day. And you know, you know that. You know. You know
Oh,
how
I know. The bell ringer.
yes.
You
But
can hear that bell ringing from a block away.
no, yeah. Well, he has a whistle.
Oh yeah.
He has
Well,
a whistle.
same difference. I
But anyway,
I never knew what. It's funny because Irish is in my heritage, and I
mhm,
have no clue about a lot of my own heritage. It'd be
sounds like
interesting to learn, but a lot of the times when St. Patrick's Day came out, the only thing I seen looking around was an excuse for people to drink green beer.
huh.
I mean, really, honestly, that's my only experiences with St. Patrick's Day. And, I should dive deeper in it because I have no clue what it's about.
But hey, we got Go Kart Bob and we have Brian McFarlane. McFarlane. I keep wanting to call him Mick. It's McFarlane. Sorry. Sorry, Brian. But you know how I am with names. So
You say go kart Bob.
oh yeah, Go Kart Bob. There we go. You gotta do the screech, of course.
I swear I still sound like a rooster.
It does a little bit. It does a little bit.
A rooster that's got a cold.
You know,
Good to see
we got,
Brian in here. That's awesome. Thank you for joining with us.
I got sidetracked there. I was telling the story,
I'm sorry.
I think our ADHD kicked in there for a second.
Well, if they would treat it, it wouldn't be a problem, though, would it?
I know. Yeah.
If they don't want to treat us grown-ups, they're just going to leave our minds just floating out there and changing to 18 different topics all in one sentence.
Mhm. But where was I anyway? I'm asking. Do you remember?
Yeah, we were talking about Irish.
Oh no, I was talking about food.
Oh yeah, that you ain't got no food there. Well, if I could send
So my
some through
grandpa,
the the computer,
my
I would.
grandpa who calls 14 times a day usually, and a lot of it's about either changing the clock or something he did with the TV remote. But he hasn't called me at all today. At all. I'm actually a little bit worried. I went up there a while ago though to borrow some chips from them. But you know, it's unusual for him not to call like all day. But I went up there and checked on them, and they're okay. They're doing okay. So that's good. But my grandmother had made the Reuben sandwiches, and no one ever called me. So guess what I got for later?
Ooh, you got Rubens.
I got a Reuben sandwich. But here's the problem.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Here's the problem though. It was covered in a paper towel. So now that grease has got the paper towel all stuck to it. So now I'm going to have to pick apart all those little papers, because unlike Scare Performance, I don't eat paper on my sandwiches. Thank you. So
I,
just
I was going to say that because that's exactly what it reminds me of. I mean, heck, eat the paper towel,
eat,
okay?
yeah.
Because there was twice in my 20-year-old's childhood. I
No,
promise you, I looked at the cheese before I
yeah.
added it
Talk
to
about
the
the cheese
sandwich.
wrapper incident. Yes, I
Yes.
want to hear this.
And she come home and she said, Mom, I was eating my sandwich today and I appreciate you fixing it for me, but I noticed that the cheese was a little chewy. And I was like, well, that's weird. It's good. I just got it. And she said, no, Mom, you don't realize you left the paper on the cheese. She said, and I already ate half my sandwich before I realized the paper was still on the cheese.
But no, that Yeah, just eat the paper. Maybe, but apparently it's not good for roughage. That's what I heard. Anyway, and then it would be especially bad if there was cheese, you know.
Well, it must not be too bad for the system because I didn't just do that once to her, I did it twice.
Oh
And
no.
it was by total accident. I mean, I looked at both
Sure.
sides and didn't see
Sure you did.
anything.
Sure you did.
I
Hmm.
guess I was just in a hurry. You know me, I zoomed through everything.
Yeah, you even zoom through Zooms.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm not a Zoom kind of person. I'd rather just hurry up and be over with.
Yeah. But why do they put cheese? I mean, why do they put paper in between the cheese slices? I never did understand that.
I don't know. My only theory was maybe it gets too warm and it would stick together, so it keeps it from sticking together.
Hmm.
Certain cheeses, I guess.
That's a pretty good theory. Our time zone, we're in Central time zone. But hey, you know what? We've got a lot of stuff to go over. We got of course we got the memes.
Oh, I love them memes.
We got memes. We've got the crispy. I mean the I'm getting my Krispy Kringle commercial mixed up with your
Yeah, we're not going to
critters.
commercial yet. We just started.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need that commercial just yet. But we got the critters, and we have microscopic organisms, right?
Oh, yeah. I believe that one is part 4.
From Huntsville. Hmm. And what time is it in Huntsville? Is that Central Time also? Is Alabama? Is that?
I would think so. Isn't Alabama pretty close?
It is. Um,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, he's on Central.
that's what I thought. Okay, let me read this real quick. The paper between cheese slices serves as a few purposes. Firstly, it helps to keep the cheese slices separate and prevent them from sticking together. Okay, we mentioned that. Okay, so what's the second? Is that to keep it fresher? Is that the
Yeah,
second?
I'm maybe so. I would think so. Maybe, but I don't know. I think those packaged cheeses that they're selling here lately just they seem to go bad really quick and like dry up and just crumble. Doesn't matter how much you try to keep the air out.
Okay, he's given the second explanation. Let's read that. You know what? I'm going to put that up here. Why not? There you go. Now you can read it too.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Ah, okay. I
Yeah,
see.
the unwanted flavors. You remember that package that was bought with like 4 different meats, and every single one of them tasted like salami? It's like, what's the point in doing that with meats if every one of them's going to taste like salami?
Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna put that one up there too. The last one. We're learning some valuable information here, folks. Finally, the paper also provides a convenient way to handle and store the cheese slices. The paper allows you to easily pick up a single slice of cheese without touching the others, providing barrier.
Oh no, you're supposed to like, finger every single piece of cheese. Don't you know that?
Um, hmm. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm not touching that one. I'm not talking about fingering the cheese here. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We got bigger,
Yeah, we
better.
need to move on from fingering the cheese.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah. So here's what we have for tonight. Well, Amazon, I'm gonna let you take the bridge. I'm gonna let you take command for a minute here. What do we have for tonight?
Well, we got lots of good stuff. Of course, we've got those memes, and I do the creepy critters every week. But along with that, I just felt like with all the chaos that's been going around in the groups, and me not liking, I guess, what a lot of people call drama, I actually do know that it is the enemy attacking. I mean, it's right straight there in words, in black and white. And it says that, brother will be against brother, sister will be against sister, friends are going to be against friends. And, the whole time that all this chaos is going on, the enemy's winning and he's just sitting there just a grinning. And for me being such a heartfelt person, it breaks my heart to watch. It's just not something that I like to see in the world happening. And I think that's why I stay to myself a lot, because I am that heartfelt. And it just breaks my heart to know that there's so much chaos going on in the groups right now. So I've got some material for that. And I think one's a reading. And then I also have some material on when or how to forgive when you don't want to.
Hmm.
When it's hard, and then let's see, what else did I put on there? Do you remember? I said
Go
quite
kart
a bit.
Bob.
I really did
Go
some
kart
homework
Bob.
tonight.
I was wearing my green socks, my Riddler socks. So
Yeah, I was wearing a shirt.
hey, you got that a picture of that shirt?
I do. Give me just a moment and I will send it to you.
All righty then. Sounds good. And while she's sending me that, I'd like to remind everyone that last week we seemed to have had some problems with the notifications going out. And I'm going to remind everyone, please make sure you check your notification bell. If you're subscribed to me, there are settings on the notification bell. You can be notified all the time, or you can adjust them to be custom to your specific needs or whatever. But it's always best if you don't want to miss a show or a video or whatever, it's always best just to have them set to all the time. And, I'm just putting that out there because I know we had a lot of problems. Um, we had a lot of problems last week with notifications going out. So I just want to make sure that you guys are able to come in and watch our live stream. I know a lot of you enjoy, watching every week. And,
Alrighty, I sent you that picture.
all right. Well, thank you, Amazon Line.
You're welcome.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at that. And also, we'll go ahead, and I think we'll go ahead and do the memes first.
Alrighty.
All right, let's get the messenger. Sorry about this, folks. It's gonna take a few seconds here.
Yeah, I have to say it's a pretty genius shirt. I love it. It's one of my favorite shirts. I can't wait to wear it every year.
Let's see here. I don't want to share that on this, so okay. Let me go ahead and go in. And like I said, since our memes are here in the same folder, we'll just share some memes.
What do you mean? Share some memes.
What do you mean? What do I mean? Share some memes.
What do you mean? What do I mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Show some memes.
Okay, and there's the shirt.
Pretty genius, and I think it actually is. Well, it was my only green shirt, and then I got another one this year, just right before this. But that actually, for years, was my only green shirt, so it was genius.
Oh, me. This is cool. What Brian said here. He quoted Yoda. See, look, check it out. Let me see if I can do the voice. It's been a while. Difficult to see. Always in motion, the future is. But mindful we must be of the present. The path to wisdom, it is. Paved with experience and reflection, it is. Patience and perseverance we must have.
Oh, okay. That voice is so cute. Now I'm going to have to stick you on my dresser with my Care Bears.
But excuse me, man. No, but he's right. He's absolutely right, though. Great way of what do you call it? What do you call that when you got it? You know.
Yeah, when you got it, you know.
When you know, you know, you know.
You know. Well, shall we roll that beautiful meme footage?
Yes, indeed, we should.
Woo.
Let's go ahead and thank you, Go-Kart. I appreciate that. Been a long time since I did that voice. Years ago, I did 3 stop motion Star Wars movies, and I had to do the voice, and I think I've actually gotten better at it. Maybe the cigarette smoking helped. Who knows? But anyway, hard to say future is. Let's play some meme music here. Let's get the atmosphere going.
Get me doing that sitting, dance.
There you go.
It's always a cool little mellow tune, Gets me swaying back and forth a little.
All right, let's see what we got here. I may have to go backwards.
Oh yeah, you're gonna. You can't throw those yet. Those are for now. Oh, yeah, you're going. Whoa, ooh.
Hold on, well, I'm getting to it.
I just thought it'd be more interesting if I added some sound effects.
Oh, let's see. Where are we?
Oh, go back.
No.
You passed way up. There you go.
There we go.
There
you go. Is this a real thing?
This is another. You remember the one I showed with the bean bag? The body bean bag that they wear.
Oh my goodness!
This is actual real stuff that they.
This is a real thing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And when you think about the context of what he says in the rap, it's really kind of gross.
I wonder how long that spaghetti put in the package. No, we know it's got to be fake spaghetti though, but it still looks real and it's pretty fun.
Oh boy. How much? $70?
Crazy, ain't it?
Is that 70 or 20?
Either way, that's a crazy price to pay for a small amount of mom's spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, just because it's M&M. That's why.
Oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on. Okay, here we go. This is for the Irish. This is for you.
Definitely for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I drink too much caffeine, but I do believe my body will keep moving 48 hours after my death.
Mhm. I don't know why I said this is for the Irish. You know why?
Because I'm Irish.
Well, you're Irish, but you know what? I saw the I drink too much thing first, and
Yeah.
my brain went to alcohol for some reason.
Ah.
Hmm. And I could say these things because I have some Irish. I have some Irish in me. I would say I've got more Italian, but I do have some Irish from my grandmother's side. So it's not racist if I say it. Just saying. Oh boy.
This just reminded me of something that you would do.
I don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I just gave you an idea there
Yeah.
of what it means for a male to relax in the tub.
It's his females relaxing in the tub with the wine glass.
But the drink needs a cup holder.
That's what they need to do with bathtubs. Is for real. Give them a cup holder on the side rails.
Right. Don't
Mine
forget
would
your
be-
TV.
A TV
You guys
right
could be in
there.
there so long you'd shrivel up like raisins.
A TV right here, up on this part playing. Yeah. Okay.
This would definitely be me all the way. Not kidding. Got distracted while buttering bread. Buttered a sponge instead.
You can't even tell.
You can't. That would be the problem because I'd be focused on talking to everybody around me,
Yeah.
not paying attention, and grab the sponge and butter it and be like, here you go. Have it on the plate and you go to take a bite.
My question is, this is like a Three Stoogie thing to do. This is such a Three Stoogie thing to do where they take like coffee, they have their cup of coffee and they have their cup of paint right next to it, and the cup of paint is in the coffee cup. And it's like, first of all, why would you have your paint in a coffee cup? And second of all, why would it be right next to the cup of coffee? That's just asking for trouble. Like this whole sponge thing. Like, why would you have your sponge right next to your bread?
Yeah, that would be a little worrisome. Like, I really hope that sponge is clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
At least give them a clean sponge if you're going to give them butter sponge.
Ew, yeah, I wouldn't imagine like a sponge you used to do dishes with. Ugh.
Exactly.
Or the counters. I wonder if my bread tastes a little bit like Clorox.
But Doc, it was an accident.
Oh man, that'd be a good way to off somebody.
Oh my gosh. That's
Be like- Oh yeah, I swear I thought it was bread. I didn't know there was poisonous chemicals in there. Oh my gosh. Anyway. This
would be you.
would it?
Yeah. Hey honey, can you make me a sandwich? We'll be home in 15. Sure. Sandwich. Too late. What do you mean? Because she put standwich.
Oh,
So he did exactly what she asked.
Yeah.
The bottom part, I'm leaving you.
You can't fault her for following instructions to the T.
I know, right? We did what she asked.
Sandwich.
This is me.
Definitely you.
others in park, me in park. And you've experienced this firsthand. Went over to an awesome place that I would recommend called Castle Park. Amazing. Even has secret tunnels. And every time I go, I think I'm the only parent going through them tunnels. Like, I think I'm going on there quicker than the kids. Like, come on, kids.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a lot of people that I know, including myself. I can change him. Girl, did he shit his pants?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
words of wisdom from the wise.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I want one of these so bad.
This lady had a wine holster. I've never been more impressed.
That is, I'm impressed. But if you're going to have that for your wine bottle, what's the point in the glass? Because I don't know about anybody else, but I don't need a glass when I'm drinking my wine. I'll just drink it straight from the bottle. This would be perfect for me.
Well, if you're going to do that, then why not just have one of those hats with the straw in there?
I probably would do that too. I'll have a holster for my wine and a straw hat for a beer. Why have one when you can have both?
You don't want people eating your food.
That's actually a really intelligent idea.
Mhm.
So whoever thought of this is really awesome, because this would be something I would actually try.
This would be something like if you work in a place where
More
people
people
are
are
like,
constantly
bread.
eating your food. Yeah.
yeah, that would solve that problem. Why do people say chicken is a term for coward? Have you ever met a chicken? Those things F you up.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'll tell you what's worse than a chicken, though, is a swan. You ever been attacked by a swan?
Well, yeah, I went to the park messing around with them when I was young. Don't mess around with them things because they ain't playing.
No, swan does not mess around, man. I'll tell you what. My mom got attacked by a swan one time. We was out at this pond. This person we knew, we were out the pond fishing. Everyone was out there. It was kind of like a picnic type of thing. She wasn't even messing with it, and the damn thing come up and just started attacking her.
Well, she may, for all you know, it had some eggs close by and thought the babies were in danger. That's when they usually get at you. But them chickens, it don't matter if they got eggs or not. They don't mess around.
No.
Don't mess with no chicken.
Gonzo better beware.
I thought you'd like this one.
Now this would be like Dukes of Hazzard for dwarfs.
It's not the General Lee, it's the General Wee.
Yeah. I imagine this is electric.
Yeah. And every time I see one of these cars, all I can imagine is a tiny little sound coming from the horn if they got a honking.
Oh, yeah. beep, 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 beep.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
0.5. 0.1.
This has actually happened to me before. You never know what I have up my sleeve. Today, for example, it was a dryer sheet.
You know, you could take dryer sheets actually and stick them in the vents of your car. Like if you don't have any air fresheners, and they make perfect air fresheners for your car.
Yeah, and sometimes I like to do that to the clean clothes that are in the dresser too.
I'll just
You put, a little piece of one in each drawer, and it seems to keep your clothes fresher longer.
well, also, you know how
Cleaner, fresher, however you put that.
well, also, you know how you have clothes like your winter clothes and your summer clothes, and you get your winter clothes out of storage, and they kind of smell like the closet or whatever. They have that.
Right. So if you have a dryer sheet in there, I would think it would help it. I mean, that's what I heard, so I started trying it, and it did seem to keep them smelling good longer.
For sure. Since hair can't be preserved in fossils, we can't rule out the possibility that dinosaurs look like this.
That would have been a lot cooler if they had hair. I'm a rock star. Rawr.
And actually, we're finding out, or I heard this, and I think I saw a video on it where they suspect that dinosaurs might have been more bird-like. They might have had feathers. Did you ever hear of that one?
Yeah, I think I've heard something about that. That'd be neat.
Yeah. It'd be weird. Considering, all these years, we always thought of them as almost like giant lizards. And now just imagine them all with feathers. That'd be weird. When Gen Z asks why everyone in old photos have red eyes, I tell them they were too young to remember the Great Demon Uprising of the 1980s.
Yeah, because they don't get that red eye in all the photos they take now. So when they see one, they're like, "Why are your eyes red?" It'd be a good answer to give them.
Yeah.
This would be me. When you try to pronounce the name of your prescriptions but accidentally summon Satan instead. Trying to name off them prescriptions is nearly impossible for me.
I've got the Cineprel and I've got the Cineprel now.
Right?
Oh man. All right, next.
I put this one on there for those who do communion. They have all these Pop-Tarts that they come out with. It's funnies.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that would taste like, though. Seems like it tastes good.
I don't know. Pop-Tart, that might be kind of nasty. I don't know.
It'd be worth trying, I guess.
I don't know.
This is going to be my emotional support dog. Don't tell me you're okay. You're not okay. I can smell the hurt inside you. Don't walk away from me. Talk to me.
Beware of emotional support dog. Oh man. Now that's a real support animal right there.
Yeah, it is. It's the kind I want. My therapist dog.
Oh.
Future archaeological findings.
Mhm. Yep.
Boy, wouldn't that be weird if they really did last that long? I know them things can't stay good that long. While your body just goes skeletal.
Yeah.
Celebrating St. Patrick's Day? No. We're big fans of Dr. Seuss.
Green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham. You know, I tried to do that one year with my kids. And the eggs, they turned out green, but don't ever try to add green food coloring to ham because it looks rotten.
Yeah, I'd imagine
it
that
looked like rotten ham. I was like, well, I ain't trying that again.
Yeah, don't look too appetizing.
Experimentations of a mother.
Yeah.
Y'all bugs gotta chill. I about smoked Gerald, little arms and all.
Oh no.
Poor Gerald.
Oh boy. Yeah. That'd be a weird kind of high.
Oh my gosh, you'd hear it all crackling and popping. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd be one that'd realize it way too late.
They're already trying to get us eat bugs, and that next thing you know,
like, why is there little sticks hanging out of my J, man?
things just got real. Oh no.
Yeah, the wolf, he blew and just couldn't blow their brick house down, so he paid the Kool-Aid man to do the job for him.
Oh yeah.
Yep, this is me. You're going places. Yeah, probably an asylum.
I feel that way from time to time. I'll tell you.
Right. I say, you know what? I think I need a vacation. I'm gonna go to the asylum for a while.
Welcome to the asylum. We have all padded walls and all paid vacation for you, where you get to spend a glorious time all to yourself in our all padded room, special package vacation.
Well, heck, I'm more looking at all the nice little candy pills they like to hand out, and I get 3 meals a day.
Heck yeah.
You mean I don't have to cook? And I got all kinds of funny friends there that I could go socialize with. This is so me. When you're a stay-at-home parent and you finally see another adult, word vomit. Tell me that is not me.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, is it ever.
Oh yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Yep. Here's to the ADHDers. If I'm telling you a story, be prepared to have 7 mini conversations and 18 other stories thrown into it, because I can't stay focused. I'll let you have some if you'd like, unless you would like me to continue.
All my passwords are protected by amnesia.
I thought this fit you because you can't ever figure out what yours is.
Oh my gosh. And just when I think I've got it, they're like, no, you've entered the wrong password. Please
Yep.
try again. I'm
Yep.
like, what? And then I even do the whole Google password manage thing, and they're like, nope, sorry, old password. I'm like, why do I have all these saved in my Google if they're not gonna like let me use them? So
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't save them in Google. I just click at the X every time, and then I have them wrote down somewhere. Well, I know where it's at, not somewhere. Because I have so many different passwords, none of them's the same. So that way, like say for example, it's Facebook, which is like my other, Messenger is my other phone. Might as well be my main phone. And that's what I'll do is if I get hacked or something, I feel like I'm going to, then I just change the password again, and I'll have to go through all of them and change it.
Listen, I laughed my ass off when I saw
barbecue chicken. I thought that was awesome.
She sat in the tanning bed too long.
Out in the sun. You like my tan? Kangaroos are just deer that have been to prison.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
They do. They look a lot alike in the face. And in the ears, just flip the kangaroo's ears around.
You ever see that video where that guy gets into a fight with a kangaroo?
Oh yeah, I would not want to tango with a kangaroo.
I wouldn't want to tangle with a guy who's badass enough to get into a fist fight with a kangaroo.
Yeah, he punched that kangaroo right in the face.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that kangaroo just stood there stunned.
Yeah. It's just like, what the F? He took off.
He did.
Like, I can't believe he hit me. Teenagers be like, I've got moods. They're multiplying.
Oh, no. You said that wrong.
Okay.
I've got moods. They're multiplying.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah. That's pretty good. Better than what I could do, definitely.
This is another thing you can actually buy.
This is something I could see you doing.
I know.
Take your plant for a walk.
Plant stroller. I
You'd
would
have
so
to-
do this, like, oh honey, let's go get some sun.
You'd have to really be careful and protected around dogs,
Oh my, could you imagine the looks I would get? Strolling a plant around my neighborhood.
It'd be just a normal day for you.
Yep. Just taking care of the household. Hey, they're alive and breathing too.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I'm just taking my baby plant for a walk.
My wife came home from Walmart complaining about the cashier being a royal bitch. I asked her if she was at the self checkout, and that is how the fight started.
I thought you'd like that one. Go-kart Bob. He says, "Is that a pot plant?"
Yeah, if it was a pot plant, then you'd have to watch for what do you call it?
Well, wouldn't have to worry about it once it's finally federally legal. I'd probably be one to actually take a pot plant for a walk.
You'd have to watch out for potheads.
Yeah, they'd rob me for my plant.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Now, does anybody remember when we didn't have all these Chromebooks and everything, and you know year after year use the same textbook, so you never know who was going to scribble on the pages. Teacher, turn to page 10. Page 10.
And it's like sometimes there would be names like in the book, and you're just like, I wonder who this person was.
Right? And wondering who drew those pictures. Like, interesting.
Yeah. And then a lot of times, like I would see scribbles on the desk or something. I'd just be reading the scribbles on the desk and wouldn't even be paying attention to the class, to the teacher. Just look at the scribbles.
Right? Or how many pieces of bubble gum are under the desk?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Lord.
Interesting.
Well, that must be the end of them then. Yeah, that's for later.
All right. There's your
There's the memes.
There's your what do you mean memes of this evening. And there we have it. There's our memes for tonight. Let's see what some of the comments are. Let's see here. Interesting comments. Phone heads. Yeah,
I was looking at that.
The local spur. I know I know Orion, the Milky Way.
Yeah, I've heard of Orion, but I don't think I've ever heard of local spur. I don't think I've read up on that.
Sagittarius. And I actually have a t-shirt that I sell, and it says let's see here. I forget, but actually Euler can't talk tonight. Euler Greg came out with the logo, and I can't put it in StreamYard because this is an unpaid subscription I got. They cut me off after I missed a payment, but I think it says something towards the fact, something about the galaxy changing. Let's see, billions of light years away, and all I got is this lousy shirt. I'll have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it says something towards that fact. I can't show it on here because I do have it in the The thing here is one of my backgrounds, but unfortunately I can't show it there. So, with that being said, we have a 45-minute video, and I told you, I said, let's just let it play. Let's just let it play throughout 45 minutes. I mean, we
Yeah.
usually we usually do a 3 hour show anyway. So,
Right.
if you got a
And I just think with, this goes along with what's been going on, with, friend being against friend, I mean, it's the enemy. And I feel like he's smiling right now. And I'm not one that likes to, you know, see that.
you don't like any llama drama.
No, not for this mama.
No.
Not for this llama mama. Mm-mm.
You
I
just
don't
like
like
making
it. I
food.
don't play in the enemy's playground.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. And it's the enemy who likes to divide and conquer and segregate. And he's been doing it since the beginning of time. And, he'll do that. That's how Adam and Eve fell, you know? So he put them against each other. And like you said in the Bible, in times of Noah, that's what would happen. There would be brother against brother, sister against sister, you know, so forth and so on. And the separation is what the enemy looks forward to the most.
Well, he's got less of a chance with me around.
There you
So,
go.
just saying.
So let's go ahead and we'll put that video up there. And what we'll do is we'll check in every once in a while. And, Amazon line, if you could keep up with the chat and look at the
All
chat
right.
or
Sounds
the
good. I
video.
think it's just an important message for all of us to hear with what's going on. So,
Okay. And yeah, I think everybody, maybe their notifications didn't go on. I think, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Go Kart Bob.
yeah,
It's all
that's
signs of
that's what I tell everybody. It's the end
this
of
the time.
times. This isn't something that we didn't see coming, but that's why there's people out there like me
Some of
who
us saw it
are
coming.
going to fight back against the enemy and,
Some,
give the lessons of love and being good and doing what's right. So,
some of us saw all of this coming. All of us who are awake, you know, we all saw this coming. And, you know, I hate to use him as an example all the time, but Armour talked about it. He preached about it often. That this world is heading for its end fast, and he's not saying that to scare anyone or anything like that. It's just you can see the signs of the times, just like Jesus talked about in the Bible. When the apostles asked him, "And how do we know when we see it?" And he said, "Well, it's obvious. You could see the winds of change. You could see when the tide comes in. It's as plain as the nose on your face," is basically what he told his apostles when they asked him. And that's what's going on now. It's as plain as the nose on our faces. So let's just get into this particular thing, and we'll take it from there. And you keep up with the chat and see,
I sure will.
the chat has comments about it. Where did you send this to, by the way?
It's in your messenger.
It is in Messenger.
Yep, it should be directly after the memes.
Okay. I have to go back in there because I had let's see. All right, I don't want to get into any personal information here. Let me go ahead and scoot up. I have a couple things, but those are just silly things. Let's see.
You should see something called The Devil's Schemes, using family, friends.
How to forgive.
It's the one up above that.
Oh, I see.
See where it says The Devil's Schemes? Using family, friends, down at the bottom of it looks like a group of people with words on them or different colors.
Second. Well, there's the memes. You said it's above the memes?
No.
Okay.
I resent it to you. How's that?
Okay, yeah, you do that because
go all the way down and it'll be
I'm
there.
not seeing it. Oh, you know what? I think I just came across it.
Okay, well, it's there twice.
I'll just hit this one. Okay. Well, this just takes you straight to a YouTube video.
Hello, my name is Nicole, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Okay.
You might want to maybe put a shout out to the channel too. Post it if somebody wants to listen to it.
Oh, of course, of course. Let's see. This comes from Truth and Life. It's NM Enterprise 7. If anybody wants to go and check out their channel, I will put a link into the description as we're watching the video. Hey, there's Philo Fire, there's DD7.
Yeah, we got him in here now. Hello.
Hey guys.
We are fixing to put on a video and just hang tight with it. But like I was telling the rest of the audience, I just feel like at this point, with
you did
chaos,
you did good. You summoned them.
Yeah. Yeah, we were wondering where everybody was at, and then boom, there they are.
Yeah. Well, that's what often happens. See, when you talk about someone, like you say, I haven't seen anyone in a long time. Boom, there they are. All right, let's get this show on the road. Here we go. Oh, that popped out. So I put the the link to their channel actually in the comments. And now here is the video.
I'm out to listen. Today we are talking about Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Thanks to.
And by the way, I will be right back. So if you
DD74 power of Bob compelled us.
Yeah.
Oh, Philo Fire said her ears were ringing.
Believe it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they must have been ringing and burning. They and itching. They knew we were talking about them.
But here's what I'm gonna do: is I'm gonna disappear for a few minutes. So don't try to ask me questions. Because I'm gonna hop out for just a few minutes. So if you want to comment on the video, feel free to do so.
Alrighty.
And I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Here we go.
Enjoy, everyone.
To viewer Leslie Wentz, and we are going to get into the wiles of the devil. I will be looking at 2 Bibles. The first one is the Life Application Bible by Tyndale, and the second is the Holman Study Bible. It is the New King James Version. Let us read, beginning with the Life Application Bible. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. In the New King James Version, it says, put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. When we look at the definition of wiles, it says express deception through trickery and include all the methods that would be part of that. The devil works his craft against us. While in another dictionary says tricks, ruses, ploys, schemes, devious or cunning strategies employed in manipulating or persuading someone to do what one wants. As we know, Satan, he puts doubt, fear, evil thoughts, depression, anxiety
Ephesians 74, put that tongue back in your mouth.
in believers as well as unbelievers.
I don't say Jesus, I
The
say
wiles of
Jesus.
the devil, are you up on some of the trickery
Thanks, Homer.
that he comes up with to get you to fall away from the Lord, to fall away from fellowshipping with believers, to cause you much drama personally and professionally? Are you up on the schemes of the devil? Well, if you are not, then continue to listen, because you see, what goes up does come down. Those good moments, those happy times, those wonderful things that take place with you, those blessings that we like to brag at times about, eventually they stop. Eventually, some ugly stuff starts to show up and show out. We start getting the bad news. We start experiencing disappointments. We thought that we had something, and then we find out we have nothing.
That's one thing the enemy likes to do, is whisper in your ear and put you down, you all kinds of bad thoughts. Like when, for an example, when somebody does wrong to you, might whisper in your ear, hey, you need to take revenge on them. You're not going to sit there and take that crap, are you?
Absolutely.
You know,
Sure
he's
does.
the one. He's the one that does that stuff. He's the one that gets people. You remember that anger and hate and pride and so forth. You know, all that stuff is sins. It's sinful. You know, in fact, it's some of the 7 deadly sins. So when he does that, he's actually trying to get you to sin. I mean, just
I'm
think about
sorry to
that.
interrupt, Hebro77. I don't know if it's just me, but it sounds like you're cutting in and out. Can anybody out in the audience hear what I'm talking about, or is that just me?
Oh no. Hold on. Let me check something out. Oh boy. Yeah, the internet on the StreamYard is acting stupid.
Okay.
I don't know what's
That's
going on there.
why I hear you going in and out like that, and you're trying to tell a really important message. There again, that's the enemy trying to cut into that.
Yeah. He doesn't like it that we're
He does
sharing the
not like it
truth.
a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll do what it
There it
takes.
goes again.
But what he don't realize is he's never going to win. So he needs to just stop.
Yeah, we're definitely in spiritual warfare right now, I believe. And also, since I'm cutting out, it probably means the video will be cutting out. So just let me know if we run
Well,
into.
hopefully we can get enough of the message out there that, it'll help others.
Yeah, oh, very funny go-kart. So yeah, let's try to get back to this. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, Violet Fire was saying Jesus rice. That sounds really delicious right about now.
I remember one my stepdad used to say, and that's let us spray. Let us spray.
Yeah, like I was telling the audience a while ago, one of the sayings that I love, I got it from Homer Simpson, is Jeebus.
Yeah.
That's how I say Jesus.
But anyway, here's some more of that video.
We think that some people are for us when they're really against us. And there is an enemy at work in their mindset. There's an enemy that is at work in our mindset. And if we give him a foothold in our lives, he will kill, he will steal, and he will destroy. God did not put Ephesians chapter 6 in the Bible just for our entertainment. He reminds us that there is an armor that we must have when we are in the presence of both believers and unbelievers, when we are in the presence of the seen as well as the unseen. You know, there are principalities, there are rulers.
Like I said, he'll whisper into your ear, hey, this guy's against you, or this girl, she's against you. They're your enemy, stuff like that too.
Oh, yeah, I've been going through that a lot, lately, especially with, the mourning process that I'm going through. He is really trying to, whisper my ear off, and I just want the enemy to shut up.
Yeah.
Take a walk. Go away.
Deception, deceit. He's very deceiving. He's very cunning. He's like a fox. He will offer you stuff. He will, try to give you everything in the world. But just like it says in the Bible, he offered Jesus. He said, I'll give you this entire world. And Jesus responded by saying, this world is not yours to give. So keep that in mind next time you get angry at an enemy or something bad goes on in your life and you want to blame, someone else, or, just we're in spiritual warfare. I've said it before, and I think it bears repeating that that's just the nature of the beast. And we have to, when those times come, we have to pray for our enemies. We have to pray for our.
Put your armor on.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Put your armor on.
This ain't gonna be no easy battle. So put that armor on.
That's right.
There is darkness in this world. Let us read Ephesians 10, and I will continue to read until the Spirit moves me to stop. Because this isn't just about the devil's schemes, this is about the whole that goes on when we are walking with the Lord, when we need to be strapped with his armor. Because you see, you cannot deal with the devil's schemes, the wiles of the devil in the flesh. You can't go into battle with the devil without some type of armor. So let's read this section in its entirety. Ephesians 6:10. Finally, we are to be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. I'm reading out the Life Application Bible. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood. Notice that. It's not the attitude that you should be concerned about with a person. It's not about the way he or she looks. It's not about the things that the person says to you. It's not about those threats that they made against you. You see, we're not wrestling against the flesh and the blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world. But see, if you don't believe in that sort of stuff, well, no wonder you get blindsided. Not all of you, some of you. Because see, the minute you say you don't believe in something, A person that's into witchcraft, a person that's into praying dark curses upon you, a person that believes in calling on the angels of God to come against the foolishness that you might be bringing against the table. Well, you have no covering, you have no power, you don't believe. So it's very easy for the believer as well as the
I think he went on a hunt for food.
to pray certain prayers against you, and those things end up taking place because, see, you don't believe that that person has any type of authority, that they have no angels at work, whether for good or for evil. You just don't believe. So you are open. I know some people don't want to believe it because they say, well, see, if I believe, I'm already giving them access to my life. Well, to a certain degree, but see, if you don't have a covering, it doesn't matter whether you believe or don't believe. You're walking around not believing in God. You're walking around not believing that there are rulers and principalities and authorities that can do some things. You can believe that these sorts of things exist, but hello, if I'm walking.
So does anybody in the audience have any questions or comments?
Well, they are giving out some good Bible verses out there, so that's appreciated. I could look them up later.
Okay, cool. And I had to go take care of a matter. I disappeared for a minute. That's what I was doing. I was checking on something.
I told him I thought you might be on the hunt for food.
No, not yet. Not just yet. I might heat up that Reuben sandwich with the paper towel on it here in just a little while. I don't know.
Everything but the paper towel sounds delicious.
But if there's no further questions, then we'll just go ahead and go on. Anybody? Okay.
Like we're good. Seems like they're enjoying it. Let's continue.
All right.
Walking right with the Lord, and I have the full armor of God upon me.
There you go.
I respect
That's
the
what
darkness
you said.
as well as the light, but they will not have any type of bearing on me when I know that I am covered under the blood of Jesus Christ. You see. But these people who walk around in ignorance, or these people who think that they got so much power in their flesh that they can be able to battle entities that they cannot see, that they cannot hear, that they cannot do too much of anything with, they're deceived. And so that's why it's very easy to pray the types of prayers to get results, okay? Because they want to play silly little games, mind games, and foolish things, to kill, steal, and destroy, not knowing that they are actually activating the evil forces to do any number of things. Okay. And then, of course, there's God, who God says, look, you cast your burdens upon me, right? The devil's up to no good. Come to me, talk to me. They don't believe that. I speak to him about the games when I see the foolishness. And I'm not always going into some weird sorts of in my mind. I'm looking at the person and then I'm listening to their conversation. Meanwhile, I'm beyond their conversation. I'm hearing beyond conversation. I'm seeing beyond what is in front of me. And I'm saying to myself, this individual, most recently an individual, I knew that the enemy around her and within her was in her eyes. He laid eyes on me. I saw the jealousy creep up into her eyes. And this woman was over 40 some years older than me. But yet she looked at me as if she was a young woman spotting competition. Meanwhile, she was long out of the game, you see. But when we see this sort of thing, no, we don't give catty eyes back. We don't sit back and say, she's such a you know what. We don't go around and try to rally some support from some other people and say, what's up with this fool? We don't do that. Instead, we sit back and we pray and we ask the Lord to deal with the jealousy and allow, the the situation not to be so tense, or keep this person distant from me because Lord, I don't want to say something to hurt this person's feelings. Whatever it takes, or Lord, continue to be with me. If you don't even know what to pray, but you're picking up on something off of someone, you already prayed that God's spiritual armor will be upon you. So let us continue to read. So we know that there's the rulers. We also know that these rulers are dark. We know that we're putting on the spiritual armor of God so that we can stand up against the flesh and blood, against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. You see, Satan has strategies. He has people as well as things that we cannot see working on his behalf. And there's a lot going on. So when there's a lot going on, it would make sense to make sure that you are strapped with the armor of God. This person might look harmless, but this person got some entities that's working for them. This group might seem like they're, in our best interest, but then they're having all sorts of chants and rituals and things behind the scene. You see, we don't always know what's going on, but we can sense some things, and God can show us some things if we ask him. Sometimes we can ask him and he says it's not time yet for us to know certain things, because if we knew him, we might not want to go through certain fires, right? And we may not want to do the types of things that God orders us to do if we know everything in advance. So sometimes he'll give us little pieces of the puzzle. He'll give us a few parts dealing with some devilish things that's going on. And so then when we see the revelation of some things, we're to start praying immediately. Okay. So I start to see that the woman is jealous. Okay. I know that jealousy usually produces some dissension. And if there wasn't some dissension that was in her eyes over, some.
Like Brian mentioned earlier, when he quoted Yoda, there's another good Yoda quote, which talks about jealousy leads to, let's see if I might be saying this all backwards, but jealousy leads to hate, hate leads to anger, or no, jealousy leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. It applies here very well, I think. When you
I
talk,
always thought Yoda was very wise.
yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of parallels when it comes to, when you think about the Jedi, and you think about when you think about religion and stuff, and you think about the way of the Jedi and how they are, and actually the way of the Jedi Order kind of reminds me of Catholics. The way the Catholics, their philosophy is, and stuff like that. It's very similar. And I think George Lucas, when he was inventing this stuff, he was sort of quoting scriptures and getting stuff from the Bible. And a lot of people would say, well, that's sacrilegious, or that's what's the other word, blasphemy, and stuff like that. But I think it's just it's not a mocking, but it's a what do you call it, an homage, or a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? But I think it's a good use of an imagination to incorporate all these good values and stuff that are in the Bible. And they say that Star Wars was originally intended for children. It was supposed to be children's movies, and that's what George Lucas had always intended. And it's good for children to have these values and these set of rules and stuff like that. And I think that it follows along right with the Bible as to what, and that's
I totally
another.
agree. I get that all the way. Like, I'm a big believer, and I've stilled all those messages and words into my children. I'm like, look, I know how the world works, and as much as I'd love you to be a believer and follow him, I know that that's not always going to be the case, but at least keep the lessons that I've instilled into you, that he gave me to pass on to you. At least remember the good life lessons, because there is an incredible amount of great wisdom in that good book. And, the same, like I was saying with Yoda, the words that he follows is a lot by the Bible. I think it's very wise.
Mhm. And it is stuff that is lacking in this generation is morals and judgment, and a lot of this generation doesn't believe, and they don't try to emulate Jesus. They don't try to follow Jesus. There isn't that sense of wholesomeness in the household. There isn't that where you sit at the kitchen table and you all have a prayer over your meal. And it seems like that those values that we used to hold so true and dear have been stripped away and taken away. Society sort of has changed in a way where God has been taken out of the equation, and the nuclear family has been shut down, and it's been happening for a long time now. And I think that sense of morality and the sense of God and having God in your life, that sort of stuff needs to be brought back. I think it's important
Well, I know
to
throughout my,
share
my
those values.
children's lives, I would even go as far as sitting at the table with them for dinner, because, that may be the only time, an opportunity you get a chance to check on your family and see how they're doing. And we would sit at the table, we would pray, and then I would ask them, what was the worst part about your day? So that way that they felt like they could get that things out that were bothering them. And then I would ask them, to better their mood, now, what was the best part about your day? And I'd even sometimes buy these napkins that have like good positive quotes on them, and me and the kids would sit around at the dinner table and read the one that we had out loud to each other.
See, that's the thing also, is like you would watch shows like the Waltons and even Happy Days and stuff like Little House on the Prairie, where they would all sit together at the table, and they would say a prayer before their meal, and they would and that's values that's slowly going away. It's disappearing. In fact, it's not slowly going away. I would say more or less it's rapidly going away.
Well, yeah, we're in the end of times.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't mind, while you play some more of the video, I'm going to step away for just a brief moment,
Oh, of
and
course.
I'll be right back.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard her. And I'm going to go ahead and play some more of this video. Pretty good message that we are sharing so far. And remember, I cannot see the comments. So um, we'll have to read your comments when Amazon Line returns.
Something as simple as me saying, a comment about hair, because we were having a conversation about hair. And the minute I said something about, I noticed her hair was thin, she's in a defensive mode, right? So the jealousy starts to breed unnecessary conflict, some confusion. You see, and it wasn't necessary to be that way. So of course, I clarified myself, and I went on, and I said, oh, okay, I wasn't aware that you pressed your hair, right, to make it so thin. But even even with her defensive nature, it was clear that you could see from the roots and from, the hair follicles that it was thin. She was older. And that's what happens over time. You put so many, products in your hair, the hair begins to lose its density. But, am I going to get into an argument when I know that the enemy is at work? Absolutely not. But something that was already within her was looking for anything and everything to start some type of conflict. Okay, if she says something else, I'm going to tell her this, that, and the other, right? I felt for silly stuff in the past, right? When you're younger, you don't know any better. So you say something, that person says something, then you try to defend yourself, and then that person, wants to check you. And then there's these, battles of words between one another. Meanwhile, Satan is moving all around, and he's creating all sorts of tension in the atmosphere, because people don't pay attention to how Satan operates. And when they don't pay attention, they get blindsided. They get caught up in unnecessary arguments. It may have happened to you recently, where you started off thinking that the person that you were talking to, you all were on one accord and everything was okay. And then the next thing you know, there's eye rolls, there's deep sighs, there's negative comments, there's some backlashing. Someone is going and talking to someone else about how you said this, how you did this. And then
Borax.
that's why I never even
Hello. We are on a video
knew that they were going to turn this thing
speaking
up.
about the enemy and the way
And
he
I will
works
tell you,
through people.
once again, some of you all are already aware of this, but I'm going to say it again. The devil is busy around holiday seasons. And if you know how your family is, and you know that you don't have the tolerance to deal with family drama, why do you bring yourself as well as your family to these gatherings, knowing full well that they say things that rub you the wrong way, knowing full well that you don't have the money to buy people gifts, to make contributions to family events? You know that you don't like most of the folks there. You know that some people got issue with you because maybe you're the one that starts a lot of stuff. Why do people do this? I can't fathom for the life of me. If I don't like certain people, I don't care who they are, what the blood connection is, I'm not going to sit at their tables. I'm not going to break bread with them. I'm not going to pick up the phone.
That's what he says,
Walk across
that
their
if they
doorstep.
speak
Cook me
bad
food.
about you, you should not even
Get to
eat
that
with
place
them at
where I
your
sit.
table.
Just because somebody invites me somewhere doesn't mean I need to go. Just because somebody says it's an all expense paid trip doesn't mean I need to get on the plane. Just because someone says that it's going to be okay, it's going to be all right, doesn't mean that I'm going to be in that atmosphere. I know right now we should be reading some scriptures, and I'm going to go there. But at the same time, the Lord is moving on my spirit to share that you don't have to be in these atmospheres only for you to go and fall on your knees and end up confessing sin and asking the Lord to change your mindset on the sin. You could save yourself a whole lot of grief if you weren't there to begin with. God gives you all sorts of
Yeah, I'm on there with you too. I know they say you shouldn't eat with them
to
at your
tell you.
table, but also, how do you get the message through if you're not there?
Well, so-and-so invited me. Yeah, but you know how her parties are. And you know what they're going to be sniffing and pouring. Or you know that some folks is old and they're just angry and they're bitter and they claim Lord, Lord, and the Lord is so far away from them. You'd be better off staying at home with your little 3 or 4 or 6 in your atmosphere and cooking for them.
Amen.
Don't take heed. But that's my family. Okay, well then you reap whatever you sow.
But it's not fair towards
Years
the
and years
one who the enemy's working
of
through
sibling
either.
rivalry. Years and years of drama. Years and years of drunkenness. I heard an individual at one family event talk about how he doesn't kick out family members. Well, I'm telling you, that's the whole problem why family issues continue to take place, because folks are still welcoming the exes when the exes are even saying, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. But you, my baby, and I love you, and you always got a place. Well, thank you very much, but I want to move on with my life. I want to move on. And a lot of times these elders hold on to the exes in these families because they're giving them money, because they're able to get some type of opportunity, or because they're working for them. And some of them are so blind. They're so blind to being used and abused. Nice will get you in trouble. So-and-so so nice. Oh, I love this family. They were there for me when. Well, sometimes you got to let go of the past. And some of the present members of the family, they never get to connect because folks are still grieving their exes. Folks are still caught up with the past. And the enemy uses all sorts of strategies on these people who are so blind to the facts. They're so blind to the dramas and so forth.
I have to Amazon line you there.
I am.
I have to step away for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and continue to play the video. If you could keep the audience amused, I would greatly appreciate that.
Well, I can keep them amused, all right.
Okay.
All right, will do.
I will be back as soon as possible. Thank you.
And so they continue to be used and abused. Sometimes you've got to say goodbye to sister-in-laws. You've got to say goodbye to brother-in-laws. You've got to say, okay, I don't want to be mixed up with these people any longer. Sometimes you got to say, okay, I'll be with them for maybe an hour, but I got to go. Some folks don't know when to go home. They want to stay from sun up to sundown over people's homes, knowing full well that sooner or later somebody going to say something that's going to make you angry. And the devil works his schemes. You see, he works them. And if you don't recognize them, you get caught up in a conversation you shouldn't be having with somebody who's an unbeliever. You get caught up in a conversation with a backslider, with an apostate. You get caught up in a conversation with a womanizer, with a pimp, with a player, with a hustler. You get caught up in conversation with the adulterer, and you don't even know she's an adulterer. You get caught up in a conversation with an adulterer, and you don't even know that he's an adulterer. And you, meanwhile, you're esteeming these people. Meanwhile, you're putting money in their pocket. Meanwhile, you're contributing to things that God himself even said, I'm trying to disseminate, family members. I've come not to reconcile and restore, but I've come to divide. And you got to know the difference between.
Went out of my family bloodline too.
Sometimes God is working out these things
until I could put on enough armor.
He doesn't want us to continue to be caught up in people's mess.
And be able to be there for the younger generation.
I don't understand why we can't get together as a family.
My job now to be strong
first
for
to tell
them.
you that some of us for years was a part of family functions. For years.
As you didn't know out there, I am now the elder
God started coming into
of
play.
all the younger generation of my family.
People were being moved away. And it was for good. Because there was constant lies going on at some of these family events. And it was making people very angry. And there was constant battles too. And some of those battles, as a little kid, I noticed they were physical. We're not talking about verbal battles. We're talking about people getting together only to punch some folks out or push some people or slap some people. But yet they would continue to gather. It was the most stupid stuff I've seen. And people bringing alcohol.
It's never too late, 80-74.
They didn't know about bipolar disorder back then. They didn't know about narcissism. They didn't know about, some of these other personality disorders. People that's very sexual in nature. That's a personality disorder. Being very flirtatious with their own family members. And the enemy was using these things, personality disorders, and he was using drunkenness, and he was using folks that done had some coke before they showed up at family events, and heroin and crack cocaine. He was using all of their weaknesses to basically destroy the family, and he did a good job of it. He did a good job of it. And then God, when some of the family members were the stubborn ones who refused to let go, God comes in and he slowly but surely ended up making people, get to a place where they no longer had a desire to want to be around each other. They had their own families that they were dealing with and all the challenges with that. They had sicknesses. They started moving so far away that it was costly to get together with family members. And I'll tell you that those people that I've witnessed over the years, they're actually the happier ones, as opposed to the ones that continue to get people together and feel miserable about doing it. Okay.
Do we have any more questions or comments or concerns so far?
Well, I like this analogy over here that Philo Fire I made this comparison or analogy a while ago. You cannot expect soft serve ice cream from a gumball machine. And then my ADHD went, ice cream in a gumball. Sounds good. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm more like a crazy wagon because I'm kind of slow some days. Kind of iffy. Crazy train or crazy wagon. Either way, I'm crazy.
Paint that wagon. Paint that crazy wagon. I see some of the comments. I went over here as we paused it there for a minute. Bubblegum ice cream.
Oh, yeah. That used to be one of my favorite flavors when the ice cream man would come around.
They won't have to go through the fire. You got that right, go-kart. That is absolutely right. Hey, we got Aurora Vormax in here. As long as you're here, it's not too late. You got that
something
right.
else that got to my heart that I love to see, is where was it? Something about where's it at? Oh shoot. There was something that somebody was saying about it possibly being too late. Sorry.
Hold on. Okay, now I'm reading this comment from Vorax up here that came in at 9:10 p.m. and oh boy, I know what you meant to say, but it says, "What's up, good?" It says, "Fuck." Yeah. Did you mean to say folk? You just left out the L because that looks really bad. It looks really bad. This is going to sound racist, but that's how a Chinese person would say fuck. I'm just saying.
Hey, bro, 77.
Oh, I'm so bad. I know I'm bad. I'm bad. I know I'm sorry, but
Bad to the bone.
my mind went straight there. I couldn't help it. Oh, yeah, the good fuck.
Okay. Oh man.
No, I kid, but oh my goodness. Oh, that is so horrible. But hey, if somebody else can be horrible, then why can't I? Go-kart Bob. Oh boy. I better get some Jesus in my life.
Well, I'll throw him at you.
Huh?
I'll throw him at you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we better get back to this. We better get back to
my
this.
armor comes with attitude.
Fork you. Hey, we got Sandy Diva. She's just stopping by to say hello. Sandy, thanks for leaving the wonderful comments on my last video. I appreciate that, by the way.
Hi, Miss Sandy Diva. Hope you're feeling better. Hope things are getting less dramatic.
She changed her name to Sandy Badass.
Woo! You tell them.
Get that diva part out of there. I know. It's short for something else. I know, but still, you know who likes to use that word diva. I know,
All
but still,
right. So would you like to continue
I
this
can't.
one?
I can't.
You
Like
can't?
Sandy says, I can't. I can't. I just can't right now. No. Hey. Thanks for stopping by and
Absolutely.
for leaving the I keep wanting to say bookmarks for leaving the timestamps on my last video. I appreciate it. That's good, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And yeah, let's get back to some religion here because I feel like I need some after that.
Well said.
Oh no, Philo fire! Not right. Not right.
Well, we all are only human.
By the way, Philo fire. That's an inside joke. That's an inside joke. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get some more religion. Not religion. Not religion. Spirituality. Spirituality.
Absolutely.
You know. Let's go ahead and do that.
Because they don't have all of the drama. They don't get together, with all the Christmas stuff and the Halloween stuff and the Thanksgiving and New Year's and Labor Day and 4th of July. They don't get involved in all that stuff. And those people actually got more money too because they pick and choose, how to travel and when to travel and all that. So the devil cannot use his schemes to break these people down because they are strong, okay? Because they're not around the weak and the poor and the broke and the busted and the folks that's always asking for some money. They're not caught up in all of that foolishness. And they're not running every time someone dies either, you see. And they're very smart. These aren't stupid people. These are very intelligent people. And that is why they go far, because they know what they're doing. They pick and choose the company that they keep, including family members,
Mm-hmm.
right? So here we're wearing this spiritual armor going into these battles, and we're standing up against the foolishness, against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers in the name of Jesus. Even if I have to go around these people, I'm standing against all of the foolishness, the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. In verse 13, therefore put on the full armor of God. The Bible says this. I'm not making it up. Therefore put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, and it will come. It will come. Some of you all who are curious about these messages, the day of evil comes. The battles will come.
And by the way, I wasn't laughing about the situation. I was laughing about the absurdness of it. The circumstances surrounding it. I'm laughing
Well,
because
that's why I'm playing these videos.
well, no. Uh, hold on one second. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
I'm laughing because that's all you can do at this point, right? It's a way to sort of just you gotta laugh to feel something. You gotta laugh to get over the anger and the hurt, and it helps to sort of poke fun at it and laugh. I'm just letting them know that I wasn't laughing at the situation. Okay, that's it. That's all. Okay, what were you saying or gonna say?
Oh, I was just letting the audience members that have recently came in, letting them know why I'm playing this in the next video is because of what's been going around. And I just really want to put it out there that with all of it, at the end, it is the enemy, and I just, want people to recognize that, I guess. And I'm just one that leads in love, and I'd rather there be peace and love, and some
It's a
days that's,
spiritual attack.
yeah, it is. It's straight up spiritual attack. And so that's what these videos are about.
Spiritual warfare. That's what's going on. Straight up. So this is how we combat it with the full
So
what?
this is just, the devil's schemes using family and friends, and when that happens, you have to put on that full armor. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I was wanting to hear. The full armor. That's what I was trying to get you to say. We put on the full armor and we fight the spiritual attacks. Because without it, without God behind us, helping us, guiding us, without the Holy Spirit, we can't do anything. We don't do it all. We don't do it all on our own. We do have help, and that's the armor of God. That is God, the Holy Spirit. That's everything. So just wanted to keep that in mind as this video plays out.
Person saying something to you that you don't like is going to come. Don't think that it's not going to come. Don't think because you escaped this one family function that the other one, no one's going to say anything, because the day of evil is going to come. You've got to have that full armor. You've got to be ready. You've got to be able to stand against those foolish people as well as the foolishness around them and within them, right? Some folks got to be kicked out of the family when they keep drinking. Some folks got to be kicked out the family when they continue to use and abuse, right? Using people for money, using people for service, using people for all sorts of things. And they know it's for selfish gain. It's for feeding off of others. It's for looking good. Some folks do these sorts of things because they want to be front and center. They want to be able to be that one that is considered the one that got the family together and wearing all sorts of titles and so forth. Meanwhile, they don't even have their own family together. Meanwhile, they need to save their money to take care of their family. But no, I want to make sure that my money is booked and all sorts of things, so that way my children and their children's children won't keep asking me. You see, God shows us some things in the spiritual realm, and he says, I wish I could tell you, come on now, that what is taking place is for good, but it's actually for selfish gain. It's for pride. It's for being put on a pedestal. It's for being that one that is glorified. Rather than esteeming me, man wants to esteem, woman wants to esteem his or herself. They want to go down being loved and appreciated because they know that their time is ticking. You see? So they're more concerned about legacy instead of being concerned about their spiritual condition and how they need to draw near to me in their older age. You see, God is no fool, but you got people that are fools that fall for these things over and over and over again. Be prayed up for the holiday season if you plan on going to this house and that one. Okay? Be prayed up when it comes to walking into these atmospheres where you know that the wiles of the devil.
We had a situation very similar to that happen. She's talking about a lot of arguments and fights that will happen over the holiday season with family and stuff like that. And sometimes it's going to make you upset. It's going to make you feel hurt. It's going to make you feel pain. It's going to make you want to pull someone's hair out. It's going to make you want to take them out in the backyard and kick the ever living shit out of them. But what you actually have to do is you got to pray for these people. You know, you gotta grit your teeth and just bite down on your knuckle and say, okay, nope, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna let the enemy win in this case. I'm gonna
Hey, we got somebody new in there.
buckle down. And
In the studio.
who is it?
In the studio.
Oh, in the studio. How you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Now they've been around for a while. They're not new. They've been around.
Well, hello in the studio. Nice to meet you. I still don't know everybody. I'm sure it'll take time.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was rude. I apologize.
Oh no problem. No
Back
problem.
to you.
I was almost done, but what I was basically saying is you got to pick your battles. And sometimes we have to be quiet and we have to be patient, because a lot of times God will take care of those people for us. We don't even have to do anything, you know. So, and a lot of times, you know, I will be quiet to keep the peace when it comes to a family function or something like that. I won't talk about politics. I won't talk about religion or certain points of view, stuff like that, in order to keep the peace. Because sometimes, you know, you got to keep the peace. I mean, like I said, choose your battles, you know. You got anything to add to that?
I sure don't. I was just looking at the time on it, and I didn't want to spend too much time on it since it was such a long video. I just felt it was really important, so I do apologize for the time on it.
Well, that's no problem. Like I said, we do 3-hour shows anyway. So there's plenty of time. Plenty of time. We don't have to worry about that. And as long as the audience are digging it, are they enjoying this?
They seem to me, yeah, and the way they're, all interacting and talking with one another, everybody seems to be getting along. I love it.
All right, let's continue to hear the good word.
It's taking place. Lord Jesus, I'm talking to someone who is so sweet and so nice, and everybody loves you so, but they're playing you, okay, as the street would say, and they're using and abusing, and they're going to come with their pity stories. And can you? And then there are those that are sincere, and they really are doing some wonderful things for family, but they're inviting all the wrong folks. Lord Jesus, thank you, Lord. And what is the purpose behind these family
She's
functions?
speaking in tongues now.
What's up?
She was speaking in tongues. She's feeling the spirit on her real good.
Who's that?
The lady that's doing this video.
Oh.
This, you see.
Is it cutting in and out or something?
Oh no, I heard her speaking in tongues.
Oh. Okay. I didn't pick up on that.
You've got to question why some people are doing it. Their motives are not always good. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord Jesus. So what are we doing? We're putting on the full armor of God in verse 13, chapter 6 of Ephesians, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And that day of evil, we say it is coming. This is a prophetic word as well as a spiritual message to enlighten and advise and convict. So that day of evil is coming. But why? You have to put on that full armor of God so that you can stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, right? You've done everything to stand. In verse 14, you're going to stand firm then with the belt of truth. It doesn't say we're going to stand joking. We're going to stand trying to be buddies with the troublemakers, with the bullies. It doesn't say that. It says we stand firm then with the belt of truth. I'm going to speak truth. You're not going to like me when I speak the truth, but I'm going to speak the truth. So you're going to stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist. And when people recognize that, when they see the belt of truth around you, they don't fool with you too much. Instead, they look for the weak link. So if your husband is weak, they're going after him. If your daughter is weak, they're going after her. If your children are weak, they're going after your children. So they may not be able to get to you, but you've got to be praying for your children that they say the right things and do the right things. You've got to pray for your husband.
Happy Jesus Day.
No, I mean, I thought I'd throw that in there as a sort of amen type moment.
All right.
Well, it's easier to hear that than hear me trying to talk over. You know, just saying.
Being caught up in a trap. And it can be a relative as well as a family friend or a stranger show up. And next thing you know, that husband or that boyfriend or that girlfriend or that wife is being pulled away somewhere, having conversations. And if you are not mindful of what's being taking place with your family, that demon may jump on your family and come home with you. And you say, she's so different or he's so different. So you ask that the Lord remove the demonic, the lust spirits, the womanizing spirits, the pimp player and hustler spirits, the self-righteous spirits, the pride and the arrogant spirits, the argumentative spirits, the drunken spirits, and any other spirits that have come with your family on the way home, on the drive home, walk through your doorstep. The rebellious spirits, especially with children, playing with other children. The enemy's schemes go so beyond the natural, the things that we can see. Playing with your mind. The enemy comes and starts putting some stuff in your mind or in your family's mind at the family function or wherever you may be.
And that's what I spoke of earlier when I talked about the enemy whispering stuff in your ear.
Absolutely.
Putting boyfriend against girlfriend, husband against wife, sister against brother, so forth and so on. That's how the enemy works. He breaks down, he picks the weakest person and gets pounces on top of him because he knows that that's the one that he can
I mean, like
get the most.
just with my own personal experience, here just almost every day recently because of the mourning process I'm going through, there's a lot of the time he is whispering in my ear that even though I'm not alone, that's what he keeps telling me, you're alone now. Everybody in your household that you grew up with is dead. You're alone. You're alone. But I know I'm not. No, I'm not alone. I wear the armor of God. He is always with me. I am not alone. I have a great support system around me. I have people who love me. I'm not alone.
That's right. You have lots of friends that are supporting you. You have, I support you. You're not alone there. Even as we speak, the people watching this show tonight are supporting you. They're with you. So you're never alone. Even if you didn't have, all the friends and all the family and all the support, you do have the support from God. You do have that.
Absolutely. And his support is most important to me.
There you go. Something to keep in mind when you start getting those feelings of being alone. You're not alone in this.
I think I'm alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Sorry.
But this is a pretty good message so far, so let's continue.
And you start thinking about, maybe so-and-so really is not a good friend. Who put that doubt there? Who put that doubt there? Maybe your mother really wasn't all that. And maybe she's up to no good. Who put that there? Maybe she is. Maybe somebody is telling you the truth. And you just have a hard time accepting that truth about your mama. My mama was never this. My mama was never that. And then you do a little research and you do a little talking to some folks and you find out she was all that. And then some. And that's why you go through like you go through. But we were so close. Well, now God is showing you some things. Maybe you shouldn't be telling your mother everything. Maybe you shouldn't be telling your dad everything. Because your dad was doing some things that he had no business doing. And some of these parents are still doing it. They haven't changed. And God is still knocking on their door. And they're saying, I ain't got time for you, God, or your people. And I'm not interested in what is taking place with my children. I'm not interested in the change that's taking place. I'm not interested in my children being ambassadors for Christ because I know what that means. They're going to start preaching to me and I don't have time for it. So if they're going to start preaching to me, don't let them ring my phone. If they're going to start walking across my doorstep talking about Jesus, Jesus, in the name of Jesus, I plead the blood of Jesus over my mother and over my father and over my sister and over my brother. I plead the blood. Then I don't want them coming. You see? You see, these are the types of folks that don't receive. And so when they don't receive, the wiles of the devil come to kill and steal and destroy whatever is in their path. And you might be walking in their path and you might be weak and you might have forgot to pray and you might have done some things and they're going to wash your face with them. And so when they do, you may break down, fall out and dishonor a parent or end up knocking somebody out. And if you know that you have that weakness within you, then you should not be picking up the phone and calling, and you should not be sitting before these people, and you should not be inviting them to your home, and you should not be running errands for them if you're short on patience and short on time. Jesus. I'm talking to some of you all because, see, you have a false front at times, and you're trying real hard to be something that even God said you cannot be without me. You're trying real hard to hold on to the past. And God is saying, I'm moving you up out of the past and into the future. And the future could be brighter if you wasn't bringing everybody along. And that's what some of you all are doing. And that's why you cannot walk in the spirit of the Lord. You cannot walk in spirit and in truth because you keep bringing all of the spirits with you, turning up the bottles. Come on. If you lower your inhibitions, you're going to end up saying some things that you have no business saying to someone. If you lower your inhibitions through food and drink and everything else, then you're going to end up being susceptible to the enemy's schemes. So I'm standing firm with a belt of truth buckled around my waist. And I'm going into the atmosphere with the breastplate of righteousness. So I am not going to sit there and say the types of things that's going to bring evil upon my household, or is going to cause my husband to question whether or not I am truly a child of God. Okay, because if I'm walking with the breastplate of righteousness, he's going to know that I sat there amongst men as well as women, and I was speaking some righteousness. Thank you, Jesus. And then I'm going to walk with my feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace, meaning that I'm not going in this atmosphere wanting to start some drama. But if drama shows up, I'm going to speak truth. And if they're offended, they're offended. But I'm going to be walking, though, with peace.
And this goes right along with what's been going on this week.
Exactly. Yes. It fits it very well. So I thought it'd be a good one to play.
Absolutely.
Peace. That gospel of peace that only Christ Jesus can give me. Thank you, Lord. And then, in addition to all of this, I'm taking up the shield of faith. That's my belief, right? I'm not going into this atmosphere having a conversation with an atheist and compromising my faith. That's why we don't even get into these conversations if they're going to do nothing more than cause us to start acting politically correct and walking softly and not really speaking the types of things that God has put upon our hearts. I mean, we are witnessing at times, even when family members are saying, don't come up in here with that. Because there are going to be those times where if you challenge my faith, I am going to speak up. So I am walking with that shield of faith. And sometimes it's going to be in stealth mode. You're not going to see that shield, but it's going to be up there. And I'm not going to speak, but folks are going to know when they sit in my presence who I'm about, what I'm representing, right? So you got to ask the Lord when to speak and when not to speak.
If you notice a lot of shields, like you'll see a lot of shields like back in the medieval times and back in the times of the knights of the what they call knights of the the Knights of Christ or whatever they were. What were they called? Amazon Lion?
Well, I thought it was knights.
No, there was a certain knights, but and the name of it escapes me at the moment. But anyway, a lot of their shields you would see crosses on the shields. And even when you see like modern day video games like The Legend of Zelda, if you look closely at Link's shield, it has a cross on it. So there's a lot of significance in there, and to what she's saying about, you know, the
Well,
shield.
the armor I'm surrounded in is a whole lot bigger than those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But that's what that reminded me of, and I wanted to point that out. Um, is there any good comments there in the comment section?
Yeah, there's actually been quite a few. I mean, we have got a really great group in the comments tonight. Like, I'm digging it.
All right. Cool.
So I'm also going with which I can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. You're doing that. You're going in with that shield of faith because you know that evil one's going to say something that's going to make you angry. You know that evil one is going to do something that's going to make you say something that you don't want to say. So therefore you are going to just tell yourself, listen, Lord, you know how I am. Please guard my mouth.
Have a
Please
great night, Sandy Diva.
put your hand upon my
Thank you
shoulder.
for stopping by,
Do what now?
Sandy Diva.
She leaving?
She said she'll talk to let's see, let me see. I'm still on the phone with Brian. He needs my help with something. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you again, everyone. Have a great show.
Okay. Well, thank you,
Thank
Sandy,
you.
for stopping by and joining us. And I'm sure we'll talk later. So, all right. Um, Anybody new pop in?
I don't think I see anyone.
All right. Let's continue.
Older. And even if you have to say it aloud, then say it out loud too. Lord Jesus. Verse 17, take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and pray in the Spirit. Some of you all got the spiritual gift of tongues and you forget. I know sometimes I do. Lord Jesus, I need my spirit uplifted right now in the name of Jesus. She's on
fire.
Hallelujah. I praise your holy name. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. So if I'm not praying in the Spirit, I'm also praying in my English language. And I'm also praying using some prayers that are in books. And I'm also praying with the saints. I'm praying in all sorts of ways. And even artists, they put images up that at times will uplift you spiritually too. So, they will remind you to pray. Sometimes there's little things in an atmosphere that you will say, God is here. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for the reminder. So with this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the saints. Sometimes you can see evil upon people without them even opening up their mouths, just like we can see goodness on people without them opening up their mouths. And
sometimes, like she's talking about there, sometimes I'll look at a person and just get a vibe, a certain vibe, or feel a certain way about them, or just from a certain look or their body language. You really can pick up on people's moods and the way, maybe the way they are sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I am one that just, I draw in the energy. My body just does that automatically. And so if I'm in a room full of negative people, I'm going to feel that. And that's the areas that I try to stay away from, especially like during vulnerable times, weak times, like I have been here lately with my morning. And so, yeah, I've been trying to stay away from the negative because, I know I'm at a weak spot, but, the enemy knows it too. And like I said, he has been on my ear and constantly just repeating, I'm alone. And I know he's full of it. So I wish he'd just be quiet.
Absolutely.
All right. Sorry. Back to the video.
Sometimes you can smell evil.
Huh?
Sometimes people have body odor, an annoying body odor. Sometimes they cover it up with body washes and, perfumes and so forth. And sometimes, no matter what they put, you can smell it.
But that isn't a lie.
Yeah.
I say something for real. When I visit cemeteries, I can actually smell. You can tell if there's good spirits or bad spirits in the areas. Like when I would smell good spirits, for some reason it smelled like flowers, mostly rose. And when there was a negative one around, it smelled like garbage. Like I can't explain it. And we're near flowers, if it's winter. And you're nowhere near garbage. There is no landfills. There's no houses around, to some of them I go to. So, it's just weird. Anyway.
Yeah, they do say that demons will give off the smell of rotting flesh, or
I just smelled garbage,
or
like rotten trash,
sewage, just a putrid smell. Yeah. And I know because I used to be a garbage guy. I used to work on the back of a garbage truck.
Yeah, it smelled like the back of a garbage truck.
When you're on the back of a garbage truck in the hot summertime, you just got those smelly trash bags with the maggots running down the side of them, and it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. Let me tell you. All right, we'll stop with the disgusting talk and get back here. I'm sure we got some green barfy emojis there from Philo Fire. So let's continue.
Okay, this isn't far-fetched. Some people, they exercise all 5 of their senses when they have that spiritual armor of God, when they're walking in the atmosphere, and you might be one of them. So the devil's schemes comes in all sorts of ways. He's going to use all sorts of trickery and ploys. He's going to try to bring you into conversations that you shouldn't be having. He's going to try to make you jealous by being a little bit too affectionate with your partner. He will come along and he will say some things to your family members with the intention of offending you or them, or to make waves, cause you to stand up and say something out of pocket, out of character, disrespect, might be imminent, and so he might just push you over the edge, and then before long you are down on your knees, behind closed doors, confessing sin and repenting. Try not to be put in those positions. That's why it's better to be quiet. If you notice, a lot of times when you go to family functions, you notice especially the older people are very quiet. It's not just because they're older, even though some of them do have their mental issues and so forth, but they're quiet because they've been down this path for many, 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 many years. And they know what happens when people run their mouths too much. You wouldn't think sometimes that I was a talker when I'm in family atmospheres, because I'm not always talking, you see. And some folks have even said, even in the workplace, that you're quiet. At times I am very quiet, because I don't want the enemy to use me, you see. I don't want to be the catalyst behind somebody freaking out or going off and talking about this, that, and the other, right? So sometimes quiet is just the best thing in situations where you know that the wiles of the devil are ever before you, okay? If you live with someone, you happen to be a roommate, you can be quiet sometimes. Put the headphones on or go walk in. Or if you know there's tension in the atmosphere and you're sharing a cube, right, in a workplace, an office cubicle with someone, and you know that it's getting tense, it's okay to take a walk. You don't have to be in that atmosphere.
Uh-oh.
Some people, they want to continue to put themselves in positions that they know that they can no longer deal with, no longer tolerate. It's okay to say, I can't tolerate it, without saying I quit. I just can't deal with it any longer. The devil and all his minions are making it hard for me. They're making it hard for me to sit. They're making it hard for me to sleep. They're making it hard for me to have a conversation. They're making it hard for me to make a mistake. They're making it hard for me to befriend this one and that one. I need to be removed out of this situation in the name of Jesus, Lord. It's not easy any longer. It's not, your presence is no longer around. And sometimes easy, God's not going to give us easy. He's going to give us challenges to prepare us for what he has in store for us.
How about in
He tells us that sometimes where we are is just temporary, and then he's going to move us on. So I hope that this message, I know it's lengthy, but I hope that it's been a blessing to you, to remind you that when we are faced with all sorts of enemy schemes employed.
Pause it there for a second. Hey, Rav Darius is here. Hey, Rav, it's been a long time, brother. Glad to see you join the show.
Well, hello, somebody else I haven't met.
And so forth, that we are to wear the spiritual armor of Christ, be prayed up, be ready for battle, right? We also need to make sure that when we are feeling weak, that we don't be in these settings. It's always best to say,
true.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it, right?
Sorry, I was laughing at something in chat.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Brad says, I come around for your birthday and then gone again.
You still got a horn.
I'm like a fart. I appear when you least want it, but you are glad it arrived without worse news. That's funny, dude.
Because you're dealing with health issues, or maybe you're hungry, so you need to eat before you go.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people take too long to put out food, and that's when the enemy will use your weakness as a foothold to get you to say something or do something that you shouldn't.
Right.
And one other thing.
That's when you become hangry.
Oh, I know somebody who gets really hangry.
Really? I wonder who that could be.
I can't imagine.
I don't know. Could it be like that? Does his name rhyme with Bebo Mebedy Bevan.
Oh, could be. Yeah. I don't even want to know how hangry, that person is right now without all that snacking. My Lord. Oh, but you could do what Fire's thinking.
What's that?
After we get done here, we can go to a crispy commercial break.
Oh, yeah.
If you have not gotten Know Your Enemy, the Christian's Credit, there's a whole lot. I'm talking about over 30 some different strategies that I've listed in that book that the enemy uses over and over again on Christians. So you need to know your enemy. And in that book, I get into the devil's stuff. I've been around devil worshiping, devil praising folks, as well as folks that they claim they don't believe in the devil or they're not following after the devil, but they are, and the fruits on their tree are evident. And I've been around those folks for many years. And so I get into that sort of stuff and Know Your Enemy, the Christian's Critic, so that you can be aware of how the enemy plays games. And not only that, and Tell Me Mother You're Sorry, I get into the types of manipulative things that mothers of all folks you least expect come up with to try to do any number of things to get their way. And the Lord turned me on to that because I kept having all sorts of people coming around me talking about their mama dramas.
Snickers.
And so for years, that book was in the making.
Boy.
And then finally, I finally had the time to sit down and pen it. Some folks, the minute you write a book about, mothers or fathers or what have you, right away they assume that everything in it is about your mama and your daddy. And I'll be the first to say that everything in my books are not about my mama and my daddy. Okay? So I want you all, though, to take heed that the enemy is at war and he uses the most unlikeliest people. Please do check out Say Goodbye to Dad. Right? Some of you all, you got some fathers as well as father figures that you no longer are close to, or you never were close to, or you still battling with stuff and your daddy's long gone. You need to say goodbye to Dad. Let it be final. Put that man to peace. Okay? Rest in peace. Quit conjuring up the demonic. So the most unlikeliest folks are being used by the devil. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time out to listen. Please do check the description box for anything related to your situation. And as always, to God be the glory.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. Like I said, I apologize it was so long, but I felt tonight that it was needed. I was spoken to. And when he speaks, you move. So there's another one on there. It's a lot shorter of a video. And that one is on forgiveness, even when we don't want to.
Forgiveness. All right. Well, let's look.
You don't have to forget
first.
And if you don't feel like you have on that full armor of God, and it is good to stay away, but you also have to remember, things like, at least till you're calmed down enough to speak, with the full armor of God on. You got to remember to forgive. So,
well, here's a little.
That was an important piece of it too.
Well, here's a little thing here. I got to do it now that she's mentioned it. See. Tonight's edition of Shifty Sunday is brought to you by Crisp, the wonderful chocolatey, crispy Crisp Pringle. Not only will satisfy your craving for crispity chocolate, but it'll make you have fuzzy inside. Crisp Pringle. You want a warm, chocolatey, crunchy, crispy snack. Crisp Pringle. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So there you go. There's my Krispy Kringles commercial. Which, even though they are a real thing, I don't think they're going to sponsor us anytime soon.
Hey, don't knock it. You never know. Maybe if you speak it, it'll come true.
Well, these aren't just Krispy Kringle, I should say. Double crisp. See, it says double crisp on the box as well. But anyway, I digress. You said you got another video on here?
Yeah, and this one's on forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have to get back into Messenger.
All right, Darius. The crisp in the middle look like he's done time. My dude
no.
looking, he is on his third mortgage.
Oh no.
Does the guy in the middle look that bad? The middle crispy?
And you know, Rav, if you stick around, we're doing like a what's it called again?
Well, I decided to name it What the Dub Freeze Frame.
What the dub what?
Freeze frame.
What the dub freeze frame. Okay.
It's like the What the Dub game, but it's, in picture form. And people just leave what they would say, that goes along with the photo.
In the comments.
In the comments. Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I got that He-Man one from. Let's see.
Did you need me to send you the video again?
Hold on. I think I got it. I got it. Here it is. Oh boy. So there's an article?
Yeah, it's a very, very short article. I was thinking, it's my brain. I was thinking it was a video, but if you'd like me to read it, I will.
Yes, please. Let me go ahead and share my screen though. Do crunch.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go.
All right, folks, here we go. How to forgive, even when you don't want to.
That looks like a comfortable chair, although I don't think my
Those
legs
are actually very comfortable. I've sat in a few people's chairs that had those. Oh man, I'd love to have one. And she looks so relaxed.
I don't think I would like it being 6'4", trying to get comfortable in something like that. I don't know. I would need a wide beanbag chair.
Yeah,
but
a body beanbag chair that you wear everywhere you go.
No, I don't know about that one. But I would need like a wide beanbag chair that lifts off the ground so I can get out of it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that would be me. I'd be like just rolling down the street because I wouldn't be able to get up.
Okay, here we go. This is all about the forgiveness.
All right. Forgive you. Or why is it hard to say I forgive you? Don't miss these practical tips for how to forgive, even when you don't really want to. I forgive you. Few words in the English language are more powerful, and yet the idea of forgiving someone who has let us down, hurt us, or betrayed us can sometimes feel almost impossible. We might even pay lip service to the words, even as all those emotions and feelings of resentment and bitterness are still there, bubbling just below the surface. Our mouths say we're over it, but our heart tells us a different story. The reality is that emotions are powerful. They drive us and shape who we are. We make important life decisions based on our feelings: love, fear, joy, hurt, anger. They all play a role in our core identity. Emotions rule our lives. If you have kids, you're aware of the spectrum of emotions they can feel over seemingly insignificant issues that arise. Every mom has had to deal with tears over a sandwich. Mustard can be devastating. Screaming fits over outfits and hairstyles. And impassioned lectures and debates over bedtimes and story choices. Kids have lots of emotions. It makes sense. They're trying to figure out this whole human thing. The strange part, when you realize that as adults we experienced almost the same spectrum of emotions over nearly the same, somewhat insignificant issues in the grand scheme of things. Take, for example, when a friend lets us down. Most of us have been left in tears at one point or another from a friend who said something careless or didn't come through like we thought they would. The devastation and emotion we feel is on par with my 8-year old's crushing disappointment at having their best friend choose someone else. And while as adults we might not pout and storm around the house or pick on our sister, we still feel all,
Oh no, no, no. Wait a minute.
yeah.
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I actually do that. I do still pick on my sister, so just saying.
Could you scroll up for me, please?
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'll pout too, but I don't know. It has to be a special occasion.
But we still feel all the
Like
hurt.
when I don't get my favorite action figure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't say. See, we're emotional people.
Definitely, definitely.
Right? As still, we feel all the hurt, sadness, resentment, and bitterness. Those same emotions are valid, and they occur whether we're 2, 42, or 82. But when we experience negative emotions, especially anger and resentment, for too long, or when we can't get ourselves back to the joyful end of the spectrum, that's when things start to go awry. These very human emotions get in the way of our happiness. And that is why it is so important to teach yourself how to forgive, even when you don't really want to. The positive effects of forgiveness. The scary truth is that years of little resentments and frustrations can build up and start to have an effect on our health and happiness. They can destroy our relationships with our spouse, friends, and loved ones. While forgiveness for the sake of others is certainly noble, the reality is that we need to learn to forgive to protect our own well being. Even those not so little resentments, sometimes those big things that can destroy us if we can't let them go.
Oh, yeah.
Forgiveness, oh, there you go. Forgiveness can have some surprising positive side effects on our health, including lower blood pressure and a boosted immune system. When we forgive, we not only feel emotionally better, but physically better as well. On the flip side, people who experience sleep issues, frequent illness, and other stress related disorders may be seeing these issues creep up due to unresolved resentments and anger. When we forgive, we feel lighter. We feel less frustration. Sometimes the other person might not even know we forgave them, or they might not even know we were harboring those negative feelings in the first place. It's said that forgiveness is like unlocking a door to set someone else free, only to realize you were the prisoner all along. By letting go of the things we're holding on to, we're actually allowing ourselves to move forward freely and positively. If you're having a difficult time getting past something, or if you've experienced abuse or trauma, you may need to reach out to a professional. I personally have done this to help you work through your feelings. Forgiveness doesn't mean diminishing the severity of actions or situations, but it can help the victim move forward, regain a feeling of control over their own life, and it can be an important part of the healing process.
Hmm. Okay, let's see if there's. Oh, oops. Sorry. Oh man, where were you? Oh, process.
Oh,
Okay. How to forgive.
even when you don't want to.
There you go.
There are many challenges to forgiveness, the least of which is the whole forget part. You might not be able to truly pretend something didn't happen, nor is it even advisable or key to forgiving. We can't actually wipe our memory clean and ever completely forget what happened or why we were upset, but we can stop choosing to replay the scenario over and over. Repeatedly focusing on the same thought is called rumination. It's the loop of tape playing over and over in your head while your spouse peacefully snores next to you, blissfully unaware their comment at dinner is still eating away at you. It's the ugh, I should have come back with something snappier or cutting comment, feeling after you have a confrontation. In layman's terms, it's dwelling. Number one, write it out. One way to forgive someone who has wronged you is to write down your feelings. Get out all those toxic feelings, hurts, and resentments weighing you down. Now, don't go writing something down, then mailing off an anger letter, which can. Could you scroll, please?
Hmm.
Which can cathartic but rarely makes things better. Instead, write down your feelings and thoughts just to get them out. In the letter, with how you intend to let go of the feelings and why you're forgiving the person, then note you'll be praying for them daily. And then, and this part is important, actually make a commitment to include them in your daily prayers for the next month. You might just be amazed at how praying for someone daily changes your perspective. I know that every time I've used this technique, the results have been incredibly powerful. 2. Get some distance.
Okay, let's see what number 2 is about. Get some distance, huh?
Another key to forgiving someone is to distance yourself from the situation for a while. This is different than giving someone the cold shoulder or the silent treatment. Instead, it's about giving yourself time to regroup rather than snapping and doing or saying something you will later regret. Go for a walk and wait a few hours before angrily sending off an email or picking up the phone. Instead, take a few minutes to clear your head. Do some deep breathing and try to talk to yourself through little perspective. Will this matter in 6 months, a year, 5 years? If the action of the other person was simply annoying, hopefully a few minutes of reassessment will give you a chance to realize it's not worth getting angry about. This doesn't mean you should be a pushover and just pretend everything's fine when it's not. It simply means that time heals all wounds, and occasionally the sting of certain actions can wear off quickly before we react and make it worse. Number 3, focus on the positive. If you're still having a difficult time with forgiveness, try focusing on the positive aspects of the person you want to forgive. A friend of mine recently shared this little exercise with me. Every time she was feeling annoyed or angry with her spouse, she would reference a little post it note in her wallet where she'd written positive words with the she associated with him: hardworking, kind, funny, and so on. Whenever she felt annoyed, she'd look at the note and remind herself of all the things she really loved about him, making it much easier to overlook some of the negatives. You can do the same thing with a friend, your children, or a family member. Write down or think of all the things you really appreciate about the person you're trying to forgive. It's likely you'll find the positive aspects of your relationship far outweigh the negative feelings. So the bridge just isn't worth burning.
Mm-hmm. It isn't, man. And what is number 4 on the list?
Ask for forgiveness. If you're still struggling with forgiveness towards someone, consider expressing it and asking them to help you. While it sounds a little crazy, the reality is that sometimes honesty really is the best policy. Express your feelings by saying, I've been feeling really upset because of what happened. I've been harboring these negative emotions towards you and I wanted to work it out. I want to ask your forgiveness and help so we can resolve this and make amends.
Better perspective.
When you show a sincere desire to move past the emotions and resolve the negativity with the other person, chances are they will also feel the same way. Sometimes you might find out they have something serious going on and actually need your help and friendship. Give yourself the gift of being able to let go of the things weighing you down and polluting your life, including resentment and bitterness. We're all just humans trying to do our best, and everyone is fighting a hard battle. Once we realize we're on a level playing field, we can move toward resolution. Scroll, please.
Resolutions. Yes, sir. I was just reading some comments here. Rabdarius says, if you focus, well, I lost my place. If you focus on what's next on anything, can really be a positive sight. What I've noticed is just a matter of perspective. I am so bitter. I am 70% water and 30% lemon.
Does that make you lemonade?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Well, it ain't lemonade if it ain't got sugar in it.
I know, right?
I don't think Rav has any sugar in it. He's what are those things?
John Nada.
What are those things that are super?
Because he was in here.
What are those things that are super sour? What do they call them? Lemon sours?
Yeah, but there's also something more sour than that. There's like toxic waste, and if you just hold it in the same place, it like takes the skin off your tongue.
I imagine so, but that's what Rab is. is super sour drop. I don't think he'd be that sour, but just sour enough to have that tang with just a little bit of sweetness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, don't tell him that I said that I thought that he was a little sweet. Just saying, guys should not be saying that to another guy. But anyway, I took down the entire economy. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Fallow Fire said Sour Patch Kids. My team loves them things.
Rab said you just called them toxic waste.
No. It's a candy.
Yeah, she was paying you a compliment, Rab. Come on, man. Okay.
That was it, was it?
to recap, how to forgive even if you don't want to. Write it out, get some distance, focus on the positive, and ask for forgiveness. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. And, oh, wait, I just said something. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where is it? Here's the thing.
You know the thing.
In order to forgive someone, there has to be that being sorry about something. Someone has to, whoever committed the atrocity against you, also has to reach out and ask for forgiveness. Besides, you can forgive people without that, but it should also, work both ways. I'm just saying, like, the other person should stand up and be the bigger man sometimes. That's one thing that I'm thinking. And not only, and also something they didn't mention, that if you, the title of the article is even if you don't want to. Well, here's the thing though about that.
You know the thing.
The thing about that is you shouldn't do it even if you don't want to, because the even if you don't want to part seems to me like you don't truly mean it. And you got to truly mean something like that, like in your heart. You can't just half-ass it. So
Right.
even if you don't
like
want
me,
to part.
I don't like holding
Go ahead.
resentments. I have to forgive. So that's all I got to say on that.
Mm-hmm. But I just think that it makes it a little less, it's ingenuous when they say, even if you don't want to. Like, no, you gotta want to, man. That's the whole part of it. You can't just go, oh, I don't want to, but I forgive you. No, that's not sincere, to me.
No, you want to be sincere about it, but you
Right.
also, in a lot of ways, you want to forgive for yourself so that you can move forward.
Yeah.
If you hold all those resentments in, it's just going to hold you back.
Rav's got another good point. It's not about wanting it, it's about earning it. I think that actually is where I was going with that statement. And actually not even earning it, because the Bible does say, Jesus said, forgive your enemies and be aware of your friends. And even says somewhere, I don't know where I've heard this, I don't think it was the Bible though, but keep your enemies close and keep your friends closer. So even that statement, and I know it has a different meaning in that context, but even that statement tells you that, yeah, your friends should be more important, but even your enemies can be frenemies, because Jesus says, forgive your enemies. So make them your frenemies. Like, you don't have to be friends with them, but you still have to forgive in order to put the past behind you. You know what I mean?
I do.
But some of the comments we got here, I like the bullseye. Oh, no, not the squirrel thing again. Or not squirrel. What was it? I don't want to talk about it in here. But we do have, excuse me.
I was going to ask to lighten, things a bit. Hey, do you want to play that video of the turtle riding the fish?
Yeah, we could do that, but
Yeah, I had a few ones there. I mean, it's up to you.
we can do that. We can do that.
I'm sure
I
it
do
wouldn't
want to.
hurt to go a little over if they let us.
Oh, sure. I do want to play that game, the what the dub
Oh,
what
yeah, sure.
grabs here, but Jesus even passed on Dylan with some people. Yeah,
Yes,
he did.
he
He was like,
did.
no. He was like, nope. I gotta dust
Like when
off.
he got angry in the market.
I gotta
He's
knock the
flipping
dust
tables.
off of
He's
my
like,
feet.
I am not. No.
But that's where that saying comes from. There's a passage in there where he tells us, if we surround ourselves with the wrong kind of people, that we've got to knock the dust off of our feet because they're unclean. And when you come across that, and I'm not talking about literal unclean people, I mean, I'm talking about the wicked. We cannot surround ourselves with the wicked. There's a difference between sinners. We're all sinners. We've all got that covered. I've said that 1,000 times. I don't throw no stones because if I did, I'd end up having to throw stones at myself. And trust me, I don't want that. That would hurt, especially the stones that are around here. There's chunks of concrete come off my wall. That's the only stones I got to throw. And if I throw that at myself, I just knock myself out and go to a coma. But what? Where was I going with this? Oh,
Well, you started out with
yeah, like
talking about the
uh,
stuff we were going to do, and then you got back into the forgiveness thing.
yeah, but no, I know where I was going with it though. It was the forgiveness thing. It was Jesus saying, "Dust, knock the dust off your boots," and sandals. Sorry, okay, I meant sandals.
Darius said that he
But
wouldn't want us to have him on the game we're playing because he might get us kicked off of here. I think he'd really enjoy the pictures that I sent.
Rav says some outrageous things. Let me put it that way.
I think he'd really enjoy these pictures.
Who said Cuban? Who said you were Cuban? Uh, Keith's dad always used to call you Mexican, even though you're not Mexican. So what is Peru? So what is a Peruvian? What would did I just make up a word? No, he's not from
It sounds
Peru.
like a new cigar.
He's not from Peru though. He's from whatchamacallit.
What you said sounds like a new cigar they must have just come out with.
I saw that comment. I saw it. But no, I'm talking about where are you from again, Mr. Rav? I forget.
Chile.
No, come on.
No, seriously, it's what Eddie Von Balloon said.
Eddie Von Balloon, he don't know what he's talking about. He always changes his name according to what's going on in the world.
The land down under.
No, I'm kidding. I kid, man. But seriously though, dude, every time I drop a movie, like one of my stop motion videos, he always got something to say. He just likes to talk, to hear himself talk sometimes, man. I swear to God. But no, he's cool. He's cool. I do appreciate the views, though, man. I really do. Oh, and by the way, speaking of stop motion action films, I'm going to put out a WrestleMania 7 this month sometime. So be looking forward to that. It'll either be this month or next month, I think. But no, but Eddie Von King.
He can leave his behind. Sorry, I was reading a comment.
Eddie Von Balloon, he's been around for a long time in the community. And I think I even have him on Facebook somewhere. I'm not sure, but he's a good guy. He's a good dude. Busts my chops sometimes, but I'll give it right back. Oh, DD74. You saying Rav can dance if he wants to? He can.
Leave his world behind.
Who fell asleep in the Kano? Oh my gosh. Rav, what are you doing falling asleep in a Kano?
Kano. Why are you calling it a Kano?
Because it says Kano right there.
It's canoe.
Oh.
Is there an insight?
Oh my gosh, I'm reading it all wrong. I thought I did an 18 themed WrestleMania. You missed it as the first one. The whole time I thought she was saying Kano, which I thought was short for
I thought maybe
volcano.
there was an inside joke that I'd never heard
No. I thought she was saying Kano and shortening the word volcano. I thought he fell asleep in a volcano.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I doubt he'd be around if he fell asleep in a volcano. Boy,
Oh,
he'd be rich if he could do that.
I'd like to see somebody fall asleep in the volcano. Not an active one, but just,
Like, watch my magic trick. Just jump in the volcano.
Yeah. That's what that animal I was thinking. Raccoon. Just don't let him get on the raccoon jokes. Just trust me, you don't want to hear it right now.
Says he's got volcanoes. They call him Misty.
But no, seriously though, what else we got tonight? Good old Amazon line.
The turtle riding the fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rodeo style. Yeehaw.
Gotta see that. Let's go into Messenger here. It's not doing anything. Oh my good Lord, don't tell me I gotta restart it. All right, folks. Hang in there.
Hang in there. There's been some technical difficulties.
Okay.
We got some explaining to do.
Let's see here. Oh.
Did you get lost?
Here it is. Okay, this one, my friends, is the story of the tortoise and the fish. All right. You've never heard of the story of the tortoise and the fish? Wow. This is a story you don't want to miss. So stay right tuned and stay right there because we are going to show you the story of the turtle and the fish. And look how animals get along in nature.
Oh, looks like you'll have to rewind it quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Rewinding it. And I don't guess we need any sound, do we?
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
All right, here we go. Look at this. Oh, that was the story of the. Looks like they're wrestling.
He's riding him like a bull. He won't stop him. It seems like it's just going frame for frame on my end.
So they put the
playing. It's like
that's a sucker fish. I recognize him. I used to have those in my. They're great algae.
So hard to go. There he goes.
But I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Why did he put a turtle in a fish tank?
I have no idea. It could be a water turtle. I mean, I've had water turtles and water frogs in my tanks sometimes.
Yeah, but with goldfish?
Well, they're a lot bigger than he is. If he can, he might be able to nibble on him, maybe take
Hmm.
a piece, but I can't see him fitting that great big goldfish in his little mouth.
Well, no. But he sure was wrestling on with that sucker fish.
Yeah, play it again.
I will. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. He's got that algae eater, I think is the correct name for him, but I call them sucker fishes.
See,
He
they're
is
used to
really,
hanging on, through a current. So
yeah.
suckerfish are
Well,
trying everything to get him off there.
I wonder if there's like a bubble uh, air air thing going on back there. The way
No,
that
it looked like he was giving him CPR for a minute.
it made for a good video, but
Yeah.
you
And then
know,
there's the one where the dog is playing baseball,
well, now hold on.
and he is really good at batting.
Why is
This dog is better at batting than I am.
well, we got the dog days of summer coming up real soon. We'll be basking in the heat of the what we call the sun nowadays, and we'll be serving up hot dogs off the grill, and it'll be here before you know it. Sure will. I've already seen a couple baseball games and stuff, and I gotta tell you, I don't know how they do it in this cold weather, boy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's been cold around here in St. Louis and other parts of the
Oh, I'm so
country.
glad the rain and the spring and the little bit of warmth is coming next week. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, spring is tomorrow. Is the first day of spring tomorrow? Amazon?
I'm not sure.
Hmm. Does anybody out there in the chat, do they know when the first day of spring is? Oh, the 21st. Okay, the 21st. All right, then. I am so worried about April 1st. Oh, yeah. Wait, why are you worried about April 1st? What's going to happen to you? Are you going to become a pumpkin? Well, I'm worried about April. I'm worried about April 1st because you know what? It means that when you have April 1st, all the stuff that's been going on, like the January 6th tapes were revealed and this and that, and then the shooting down of the balloons and shooting down UFOs. And if all of that stuff isn't a big, huge April Fool's joke, well, then you could shoot me in the leg and call me Rambo because that's all that stuff is like April Fool. It has already been one huge April Fool year so far. And I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then just could you imagine April 1st comes around and then something happens and then nobody is like everyone buys it because why not? Everything else has happened, but then it turns out that that's not the April Fool's joke, but it's like something even bigger happens on April Fool's to fool everybody why something little is happening. I bet that's what's going to happen. Do you know that? Hello?
I do.
All right, cool. Well, let's move on to the show and show a clip of this little pooch. that can play baseball, apparently. Baseball playing dog. You know, you like to sing. Well, you sing, how much is that doggy in the window? And it kind of sounds a little bit like, take me out to the ball game. So, I'm just saying.
The Cardinals should sign him up.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a dog here. Oh boy, I actually can't find it. Where is it? I see a duck. I see that meme that we showed.
We got Oiler Greg in the house.
Let's see, what is this one? Okay, never mind. Well, I can't find it.
Uh-oh. Well,
Is it below all this stuff?
I'm sending it to you now.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Oh, yeah, I saw that earlier. Okay, this ought to be pretty cool, guys. Let me go ahead and get it set up here. How you guys doing out there, by the way? You guys doing all right? Hanging out? Hanging out in chat?
In the name of love.
Okay, that was sort of Hey, Oiler Greg, I was just talking about you earlier, man. We were talking about the shirt slogans. And I said Oiler Greg was the one that won the contest. He made up the best slogan. So shout out to Oiler Greg. We ought to have more contests like that. That was a really fun contest. I'm gonna have some contests. Maybe we can have digital prizes, something like that, you know. Okay, here is baseball dog. Oh, crap. Look at that.
Forget the game.
Oh, no. What's going on? Oh, no. Get off of there. Okay. Every time.
You know it.
There's conflict. A fight. Oh, boy. That was pretty good. Yeah. The dog put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. I tell you what, that was an uplifting video right there, if anything.
Oh, yeah.
I love seeing.
Definitely.
I love seeing anything to do with dogs. You know that.
Well,
okay, that's what the slogan is. We have all shifted 70,000 light years away, and all I got was this lousy shirt. No, I didn't get a shirt. Well, actually, no, I do have a shirt. Amazon line needs to get a shirt.
I do.
Mhm. You know what?
And I had
Uh,
already thought of one, and the audience can tell me what they think.
well, hang on a sec.
Oh, that beautiful meme footage.
Well, hold on a sec. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go grab that shirt right quick. You sit tight, entertain the audience. I'll be right back.
Okay. Shifty shirts. I like that. Uh-oh. Somebody's deezing.
Aha.
He's a looking. You can hear him.
Okay. I'm back. Now let's see if we can see this here shirt. This is the slogan that Euler Greg came up with. Can you see that?
I can.
All right.
I like that.
Shifty Sunday, and we still have these shirts for sale on. I'm trying to think of the name of the website. What's it called again? Oh, Tees. Is it something Tees? It's been a long time since I actually been on there and updated stuff, but I still have a banner. Here we go. Let's see. All right, let me scroll down. Teesprings. That's it right here. We'll have that playing there at the bottom. Actually, hold on. No. Okay. I guess I have to have the ticker. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, there's the, and I'll see if I can put it in the, hold on. Let's see.
I'm just sitting here reading some of the comments. Rave Darius. Hebrew looks for stuff like he's Indiana Jones. When you found this shirt, you were like, aha!
Yeah.
Milo Fire says shirt purchase includes free Krispy Kringle while supplies last.
Oh man, yeah. But
That's
there's
good, you guys.
there's the link to the website teesprings.com / Hebrew stores. I have shirts, I have coffee mugs, I have other merch as well. So let me go ahead. Oh, gosh darn, I pushed too many buttons.
Oh, we got Jeff Zanzibar in the house.
Jeff Zanzibar. Am I echoing?
I'm sorry?
Am I echoing?
Well, only because you repeated yourself.
No. I think I'm echoing a little bit.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Weird. But hey, Jeff, how's it going, man? It's good to see you in chat tonight. Boy, we have quite the house, don't we?
We do. It is awesome. It's amazing. Thank you, everyone. Without you, we could not do this.
Now, I believe you have a little segment called Creepy Critters, Creepy Crunchers. What is it?
Woo-hoo! Creepy critter.
Ah, creepy critter. See, I
Yeah.
knew it was something like that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, here is Amazon Lion's creepy critter of the week. Take it away, Amazon Lion.
All right. Well, tonight's creepy critter, I've decided, is the saddleback caterpillar. This saddleback caterpillar comes with like thorns, and if you let it, I think like if it sticks you, you're not going to feel so well.
Oh, very funny go kart. It's not by Rolling Stones, man. Wait, are you talking about the song I was just playing? Oh, yeah, no, that one's not. I don't know if there was some more chat in the chat, but I missed it. Anyway, sorry about that. I was reading chat, so I'll let you get back to
That's
it.
okay. The saddleback caterpillar is the larva of a species of moth native to eastern North America. It is also found in Mexico. The species belong to the family of slug caterpillars.
Oh my gosh.
The
Look at
larva,
this thing, man. This thing's not real. Is this it right here?
yes.
This thing is unreal looking. It looks like
But
that dog from inside
look,
the.
they had to have
Listen,
added a face to it because look at it. Is
it does. Look, here's what I'm gonna say. This face here, it looks like a dog with like a red nose,
I know.
doesn't it?
Yeah, clown puppy.
Yeah.
But they just went and put a saddle on.
Yeah. You know what I would do? You already know, don't you?
You'd ride it?
No.
No?
How the heck am I going to ride a little caterpillar, silly? I would put my He-Man figure on it.
Oh my gosh. I could see you doing something like that. That poor caterpillar. You would have been as a prop. Now I'm going to have to save the poor thing somehow without touching it.
Yeah, I put He-Man on there, and Caterpillar would have to give him a ride in the Castle Grayskull.
Okay, here we go. The larva is primarily green with brown at both ends, and the prominent white ringed brown dot in the center, which resembles a saddle. It has a pair of fleshy horns at both ends. These and most of the rest of the body bear urticating hairs that discrete and irritating venom contact with the hairs causes a oh wait, did I read that again? No. Causes a painful, swollen rash and sometimes nausea in humans. In some cases, more severe reactions to the venom can occur, including a systemic condition called urticism. Is that it?
What?
Or acute urticaria. Urticaria. I'm having trouble reading because it's tiny on my
Urticaria?
computer. For which severe symptoms may include migraines, gastrointestinal symptoms,
Oh my God.
asthma complications, anaphylactic shock, rupturing of erythrocytes, and hemorrhaging.
You
The
have
hair
all
should
that.
be removed from the skin immediately to prevent more venom spread.
Hold on. All of those things that they mentioned, you have all those symptoms. You better go see a doctor.
Okay. I see 8 of them. I'm sure that's plenty.
Hey, just think about it though. You have the anaphylactic shock. You get that every day you see me. You get the
That's
migraines.
not true.
You get the migraines every time I start talking. You got the asthma. You get the asthma because I'm so full of hot air, I blow it right back, suck the wind out of you. Everything but the hemorrhaging, I think. I think you have every single one of those.
Okay.
Okay, no. Let's get serious on this. You're right.
The hairs should be removed from the skin immediately to prevent more venom spread. The cocoon may also have irritating hairs, and hairs from the larva can fall on surrounding objects. The larvae feed on a large variety of plants. In Florida and Alabama in the United States, it feeds.
Oh, my bad. Very good.
On ornamental palms such as the perilla, or is that an N? Is that an R or an N?
Where you at?
Because the screen is so tiny.
Where you at?
I'm just on the little bitty sentence there. The larvae feed on a large variety of plants. In Florida and Alabama in the United States, it feeds on ornamental palms such as the, is that an N or
Manila?
Manila palm. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we already know the description. See, on the side there, you can see the scientific classification. You have your description.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, sure. Archeria stimuli.
Yeah, look at that little saddle on it. It just looks like
I know. It
little
kind of looks like
70s
a saddle on a slug.
It looks like a 70s rug they put on him. They're like, hold on, we got our 70s rug here. Let me cut a hole through it. And then they just threw it over his back.
It's so funny.
Yeah, manila, like the envelope.
Yeah, okay.
A manila envelope. You know, for a long time, I used to, when I was a kid, and even when I got older, I used to think they were saying vanilla envelopes.
Yeah, I bet you were hoping it tasted like a vanilla too. Vanilla flavoring envelope.
Right, for sure. That's what I thought they were for a long time. Vanilla envelopes. For real, man.
Well, why don't we go ahead and show the video?
Let's show the video. And where
so that'll be next.
Okay. Wait, I could say that better. Okay, Chief. Right away, Chief. So what page is that on?
It's just with the creepy critter. When you see the little picture, it looks like the clown dog. You'll go down below it.
Got it.
All right, today I'm going to show you another one of the...
Wake up, and put on some shoes. It's time to polka. Here we go. There's okay. Rewind it. And okay, good.
All right, today I'm going to show you another one of the dangerous caterpillars that we have here.
Touching poison
This
ivy
is
too.
the saddleback caterpillar. As you can see, very, very distinctive with this lime green body.
He's touching poison ivy. You see these little vines that's wrapped around this little thing here? That's poison ivy.
The brownish saddle, and then the tentacles or spines on either side. Now, these spines possess urticating hairs that will get into your skin, and they do have a venom. These guys can cause quite a bit of pain and swelling. Some folks even report much more severe symptoms than that, like nausea and vomiting and things like that. But
Don't want that.
I've never been stung, but most of the time I just hear people having bad reactions where they'll get some swelling and some pain in the area where they've touched them. So this is not one to
Along with
touch.
the poison ivy you're getting.
These guys are here feeding on a cherry tree. So especially if you have cherries in your yard, these guys love those.
It's right there at the bottom. You can
So
see
they're
it.
all over this tree.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
I would not want to walk through those branches.
I would love to put He-Man on the back of that guy.
Poor caterpillar.
Or maybe he's too small for He-Man. Maybe I would use like a G.I. Joe or something.
And what about the little people?
Little people don't have legs, do they?
No, you could always super glue it.
Oh no, don't say that. We're not harming
If
animals
you're going
here.
to torture, you might as well go
my
full all force.
And we'll get the insect people will be after us.
I know.
To be like, that Hebrew channel must be shut down. They're over there talking about hurting insects.
I would hope they would know
No, not insects.
that we're joking.
I don't know. Those people are pretty spicy down there in insect land, I must say. They like to stir the pot, if you will.
Well, we've had that creepy critter, but there's creepy critters much smaller,
Much smaller?
microscopic smaller.
Microscopic smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's take a look. Let's take a gander of this little shander. Oh my God, I can already tell by the thumbnail it's going to be creepy as hell.
And it
Okay.
is part 4, so there may be repeats in the video, for
And
the
this-
first 3. But I don't think that they would all be the same, so.
And this video comes to you in part by Mr. Science. And I will put a link into the comments for Mr. Science if you're interested in these kind of videos, which I hope you are. You wouldn't be part of the audience. Okay. Let's get to Mr. Science. Hey, that reminds me of Mystery
Shout
Science.
out to Mr. Science.
That reminds me of like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like if you say Mr. and it takes you right to mystery. See what I did there?
I do.
Because that's the Riddler's name. Because he's got mystery in his name. You go, Mr. Ree.
Philo Fire.
His middle initial is
You shouldn't be playing with super glue.
his middle initial is E, and it's also Edward. And it's Edward E. Nigma. Anyway, I don't know why I just did that. Oh,
In a
shit.
galaxy far, far away.
Getting back to the video that we're supposed to be talking about. Wait, what am I even doing right now? I forgot. Oh yeah, under a microscope.
Microscopic things.
Am I showing?
You are showing.
All right, cool. Part 4. Wait, that
Oh my god, that's a kidney stone. Ah!
that microchip underneath a microscope, by the way, reminded me of the old bubble gum that you get in baseball cards. Like it'd be all hard and chewy. Like you couldn't chew it. It'd be all like just horrible. And this right here, these are kidney stones,
Oh
but
my
they look like popcorn chicken. They do.
You can
Man,
tell you're hungry.
that would be terrible if you're in the hospital with your friend and he's getting his kidney stones removed, and he was one of those friends that like to keep, body parts of himself.
Oh Lord.
You know how they do? They remove your bladder, your gallbladder, not your bladder, your your gallbladder, or something like that. Some people are like, "Can I keep it?" And they do let you keep it. But that it'd be weird. Like he's in the room and he's thinking, "Oh, there's popcorn chicken in there," so he reaches in the jar,
Oh
and
my
it turns out to be a kidney stone.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Now,
doing that.
Pile of Fire should make the barfy face. Reminds me of chewing gum again. Oh wow, looks like corn. That looks like a pineapple. Ew, I want to see this. Looks like the beginning of Spider-Man. Why? Ew, that's a mosquito foot? Wait, you're gonna show it with the food on it? Ew. That thing looks gross. That thing looks like it's gonna eat you. Wow, what are those things? Strawberry. Got a lot of veins. Look at the little seeds. Algae. Ew. That's fish poop. No, not necessarily though. Yuck! No. Sorry.
No, and absolutely not.
Oh my gosh, no. Goodbye, sir.
You got creeped out. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man, yeah. This is definitely a good episode of Creepy Critters, let me tell you. Whoa, that is a nightmare.
That is freaking bizarre.
Yeah. Which one? George, Ringo, Paul?
Whoa. Hello.
A tomato leaf. Wow, looks like its own little city, little jungle. Oh no.
Oh no. Bye-bye, Sal. Oh.
Well, there you go, man.
I have it.
That was totally cool. And totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
It's is going out. Because we're going out right after we play this here
Oh,
game.
it should be so fun.
We're gonna play this here game.
Hopefully everybody out there likes it.
I hope so.
What the dub freeze frame.
What the dub freeze frame. Here we go. What did I do? Oh gosh. Yeah, that's the one that broke my camel's back, the bed bug thing. I could not, no,
Yes.
can't even. Just but yeah, let's
So therefore you got creeped out.
yeah, by a creepy
Then my
critter.
job here is done.
Mhm. Okay, let me get into the photos. Now, you guys saw this one earlier by accident. So here's a photo, and all you have to do is
I really hope you guys like these photos.
caption it, give it a dub. Just put your own words to it.
So how long should we give the audience time to write their comment down? Their answer?
We'll give them a few minutes.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I've got one. Reach out and touch me, baby.
That was good.
Your head is ringing.
I have a ringing headache.
Okay, let's see. Philo Fire says ringy dingy to
One
ringy.
Two ringy dingy.
One ringy dingy, two ringy dingy. Oh yeah, I see now. Rotary Club meetings. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Both were off the hook. Funny. When your phone's off the hook for a while, you hear it go, meh, 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 meh. Remember those days?
Sounds like a woman that goes blah, 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 I guess.
That's what
I here couldn't understand what they were saying. All I heard was blah, blah, blah.
I better not say a word. I better just keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say anything. Where's that zipper at? Let's see. I'll put that on my mouth. Anyway.
Call time. How does that tune go again?
BR 549. Yeah, I remember that.
8675309.
It's a yeehaw reference, isn't it?
I don't know, but all I heard was the numbers. Or seen the numbers.
Yeah, BR 549.
That number.
That was off of yeehaw, if I'm not mistaken. Please hang up. There appears to be a receiver off the hook. Please hang up, check the number, and try again. This is a recording.
Like DD74. I keep having the strange ringing in my ears.
iPhone 1964.
That's how big cell phones used to be.
He's a courting her. Anyway,
Move to the
next
next one.
slide. Let's move on to the next slide.
You know exactly why I posted this one.
Mhm.
Don't shoot.
I think it's you know, Deb Zeppelin. That's good. That's good. I like that. Oh God. Philo fire. Stir the pot.
Just skate away. Just skate away.
This is how Nancy Kerrigan won the Olympics. Let's see here. Earbud 4, The Revenge of the Tutu. I don't know. I'm not good at this one, I guess.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some more, but all I could think of is the Goodyear blimp got very creative that year.
Where do you put the crowbar? They're dropping turkeys.
And if that were true, that'd be one giant woman. Because the Goodyear blimp is huge.
You know what's funny? You could see the effect. How they did it is she's actually on the ground. Like she's got 1 foot up on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's a blimp. It's not like a real blimp, like a toy blimp. That's why it's like a giant woman.
It's the Goodyear blimp. Don't shoot.
Oh, that's a good one. That's one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have a meme somewhere that says, "I swear to God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly." I think I'm losing connection here.
Yeah, I think I cut it. You hear it cutting in and out. We've been having that trouble on and off tonight. So sorry, everyone.
All right, let's move on to the next slide. Oh boy.
When Grandma said that they put them in the clothesline, they were lying. My grandma told me a story once that my mom was so hyper, and my grandma having 4 youngins, she just couldn't keep up with my mom, so she'd put her on the clothesline. You know how she'd tie a rope around her waist, have the other end attached to the clothesline for her to go up and down, back and forth, I mean. This is what I never imagined this one though.
And just like that, wrestling had a new move. The clothesline was invented.
That's good.
Little Bobby, what are you out there doing? Nothing, Ma. I'm just hanging around.
Up, up, and away in my beautiful balloon. And it's up she goes. Up she goes.
This is a good way to dry kids out after they've been in the rain.
That's one way of doing it.
Oh boy, that's a good one. Hunter Biden was once left hung out to dry. Good one. Very good. I like this. I like this slide business. The what the dub slides. Of course, speaking of slides, I actually like any kind of slides. The picture really is worth 1,000 words, although it is better for those words to be surrounded by the picture. Just saying. Just saying.
Well, things were pretty different back then. I once knew two brothers, and they were 10 years apart. And the elder brother told me a story about how he zipped up his little brother in a sleeping bag. He was watching him one day while the parents were gone. So he zips him up in a sleeping bag, and he puts him up on the clothesline, and he leaves him there so he can go hang out with friends in peace. So it's been a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, that does happen. I know a guy who had a sister or something, sister or one of his brothers, and they played a trick on him. Took a glass, they had him get down on all fours because they were pretending like they were playing a game with him or whatever. And then they took a glass of water and set it on their back, and then they left the house. They just left the house. They left them with a glass of water on their back. True story. True story.
Go, Bob. My brother would hold me down and put clothespins on my ears.
Oh man, you didn't have to hold me down to do that. I used to put
Do it on your own.
ears anyway.
Uh,
I put them in my ears, my nose.
yeah, I remember those days.
Bottom lip.
Yep, that hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't like the bottom lip. I was like, yep, that's painful.
Oh, the ends of your fingertips.
Yeah.
Ever do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the least painful.
Mm-hmm. That should be like one of the toys they should advertise on Saturday Night Live. Be like, clothespins, it's clothespins. They're all a lot of ton of fun. They're clothespins, they're clothespins. Watch out, they'll give you the runs.
Uh-oh, you left out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, we've run out of time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we've been on a good time. And you have been such a great audience. It's been an amazing night. So would you like to, what's on, do we have something next, or would you like to give a shout out?
I'm going to do one last shout out, and then we are going to zoom our way out of here. We got Philo Fire, Go Kart Bob. Go Kart Bob. Okay, you want me to do it? Oh, okay. There you go. All right, there we go. Euler Greg or Voramax. Let's see here. DD74. Let's see. Scrolling up. Brian McFarland was here earlier. Sandy Diva was here. Rav Darius was here. We had Jeff. Jeff was here as well. Thanks, Jeff, for stopping in. Appreciate it. Jeff Zanzibar. We actually had him on the show before. It'd be great if we can do a live stream with him. Be cool. Let's see here. I'm scrolling way up here because I know. Oh yes, Eddie Von Balloon with a wrench.
And John Nada.
Yes, John Nada. And did you mention? Who did you mention a while ago?
I don't think I did.
Yeah. There was somebody.
Oh, I think that was more towards the end, maybe. Let me go through and see what we have here.
I'd like to thank Sandy Diva also for kindly stopping in. Oh, in the studio. That's who it was.
Yeah,
In the studio. And everyone else who joined up and came on here.
You have been the most amazing audience. Thank you for the participation, including our lurkers. You're always welcome. You're always loved.
Is that your final thoughts?
Well, you know me. Peace, love, light, namaste, prayers, and everything in between. I love you all. Hebrew 77, it has been a wonderful night. Thank you for having me on. And I hope that everybody has the blessed week, and those that are having it rough, I'll keep you in my prayers. Every one of you. Thank you. Love you.
And that does it for tonight's Shifty Sunday. Be sure to tune in next week, and we'll see everyone next time. Same time, same channel. Good night, everybody.
However,
well, that was the end of the show. And as far as shows go, this one was boss, don't you know? Thanks for kindly stopping by Shifty Sunday. And we'll see you folks all again next time. Same Shifty Sunday time, same Shifty Sunday channel right here on Hebrew 77 channel for Amazon Lion and Hebrew 77 and anybody else who might be on this week's broadcast. We'd like to wish you a good night, drive home safely, and don't forget to tip your waitresses. Just don't tip them too far, they might fall over. Thanks, folks. Have a wonderful night.